And we're live, and it's went over to the other direction this time. I used to have I don't know if you can see it, but the recording button used to be on the left side. Now it's on the right. Anyway, hello everyone. This is NDDC joining again for a New Year first of the year thing, and this time we're going to do a going down through every season of My Little Pony and giving our ranking of them. And join me this time is from Random Meets Order, Carlos.
Hello there. This is the Gunmetal Gator here to let you know that I'm here with a fiery red passion about reviewing. We are going to be discussing everything for 2026 on the 15th anniversary for My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. We're going to be rating all these episodes in comparison to them on their qualities and strengths and whatnot 5 years after the dead end of the show. So I hope you're all ready for a spectacular jam, because we're going to go rocking in the city. We're gonna pop a new, and we're going to jam it all and every day, and we're just going to hit it rock. And we're just going to hit it rock.
I see I've taught him well.
Let's go!
And next up, Wolfgang.
Hello, everyone. So, quick update. I am now 17 because January 4th was my birthday. Plus, also, I have been in the Rift Cafe officially for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Official member for 2 years, and I couldn't be happier. Plus, also, when it becomes summer, I'd also be on the podcast for 2 years as well. So, that's going to be fun. And also, at the same time, I'm finally not in any form of relationship whatsoever. I'm finally fully single. So let's fucking go.
We can all strategies to be blessed.
So now I've been working on music nonstop. I've been working on art nonstop, and I'm finally where I want to be. So now I'm going to be ranking all the seasons of My Little Pony for not only showing my appreciation for the show for bringing me here to where I am now, because I've been and always will be a Pegasister for life, but at the same time, I'm finally free! So, next up.
All right, going up, Jenn.
I may be first, I may be last, I may be battling a bit of a cold here. I mean, great way to start 2026, am I right? But I am first and always, forever and ever. Excuse me. I am first and always and sick, Jenn.
That was almost I feel sorry for you, but that was perfectly on time, that cow.
Oh my gosh.
It was like time.
That was not planned, audience.
Yeah.
Yo.
Take a digital hot cocoa. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
The digital hot cocoa.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I will poise over it. I'm imagining it as a one big giant vat, and I'm jumping in.
I'm just picturing like plankton, holographic meatloaf.
Holographic meatloaf, let's go.
Holographic cocoa. Yeah. My favorite.
Holographic cocoa. I'm so for that. So for that. That will sound real good right about now.
And then next up, Second and Day.
Hi. Thus, hi there, this is the Second Opinion, and from a critic first, and a fan second. People used to ask me, why is that your motto, Second Opinion? Why do you take everything so seriously? Why are you so pinpoint analyzing crazy? Answer, because I was waiting for this day. I've been ready for this since the second the last episode dropped.
Yep. That's true, because you helped me make my list answer. It was insane. Yeah. Crazy. How many numbers?
Yes,
yeah, Daylover. Well, I mean, I proposed just like, hey, about a favorite episodes, least favorite episodes. You go on that. You said, no, that's just not really the whole season. That's not real. I need it to be real. Yeah. So we went through every single episode and did an average out of 10 and then an average of that. And thank goodness math was technically my best subject all through high school.
Also, Happy New Year's! Bye!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year's!
Happy New Year, everybody!
May the next one be better.
Yes.
Oh,
Here's
Let the
hoping
next
if you
one
had
be better. Let's go. Fuck
Here's hoping that if you
2025.
had a bad 2020, if you had a bad or a crazy 2025,
this year,
look at this way. It's all in the past. And
I
now
had a hurricane 2025 and I'm finally free.
getting a good year. Yay!
2026 is 2026 is for the audience. 2026 is gonna be your year. It's gonna be your year.
Yes.
Here, here.
It's
It's
also
gonna be your year. I feel it in my bones. It's gonna
It's
be
also
your year.
fine. I'm starting to hold drawing classes next month.
Let's go.
Yay. My resolution, one of my biggest resolutions is I'm finally gonna do it. I'm finally gonna make the jump into digital art.
Let's go.
Do it.
I've already gotten, and the good part is I made good on my promise. I actually started on my first sketch.
Let's go.
You keep us posted. We want to see it, or I
Oh
won't.
yes, I have made a crazy, absolutely insane vow that I'm hoping by the end of 2026 I will have 12 like digital art pieces.
Whoa, that's a
I
lot.
know, insane, right?
Yeah.
But yet
Let's go.
I'm insane.
Take Daylover's class.
Oh yeah. I will teach you.
Take this
I could
class.
use a refresher. I could use a refresher because it's been so long. Cue the meme of the lady of that old lady from Titanic. It's like it's been 84 years.
So our first subject is actually going to be a drawn butterfly on pen and pencil, and then it's going to evolve to painting, and then it's going to be watercolor, and then it's going to be 2D, and then it's 3D.
Ooh.
Yes. So you're already all the way advanced, but if you want private classes, we can talk about that. I need monies.
I don't.
Let's go, Jay.
Yay!
All right, but let me see. I guess to go over the subject of this podcast is going to be that we're going to be going down from every season from 9 to 1 and offer our ranking of how we would rank that season, and then also our score of it, just to give it some sort of context. Because something we did the last season, but we could still love it. So it's sort of like that's why we do both the ranking and also our general score of it. All right, is everyone ready to start?
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
All right, we'll start with the end with season 9, the final season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which mostly focused around basically a lot of farewells and sort of stepping downs into the next generation, and also Discord making some mistakes about trying to get together the villains to give one final challenge, and it sort of backfired. All right, so I guess we might as well quickly go around the list and just everyone state their ranking and also their score. We'll just go around, just everyone just give the pure thing, and then we'll have broader discussion from there. All right. Does anyone want to go first, or?
Whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go, Wolfie.
Oh, all right. So, can you outline for the viewers the second ranking system again?
Just out of 5, I think is how like 5 is great, 4 is good, 3 is okay, 2 is flawed, and 1 is bad.
Yeah, that's like I said, the 5-star. I since X Play back in the day, I preferred a 5-star. Like I like it, so that's sort of what we're going by. But some of us might offer a more complex thing. We're also giving our where we put it on a 9 our 9 spot for it. I can go first as an example, so helps it. All right, for me, the final season, season 9, I had it ranked as number 6, and I would have given it a 4 out of 5, which I consider a good season. Not the best season on the upper echelons, but Still good. I guess you want to go next.
Okay, I think I have a much more comprehensive examination about your.
Oh no, I'm just saying we're just doing this quick numbers first, and we'll do the broader discussion.
The numbers first. All right, for me, I'll put season 9 as a good tier episode, aka 3 out of 5.
I thought that was the just okay score.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you could consider 3 to be just okay. I kind of consider 2 to be okay / controversial / muddled. That's like my perspective on like 2.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you? What position do you have in your ranking of the seasons?
I currently have season 9 as my 4th best season.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, so yeah, they're going to get some very low scores going on for you. All right. Next up, I guess I got Wolfgang. Are you ready?
All right. Okay. So, let me just say, like, let me get this one out of the way. Like, the season with the School of Friendship, I can't even fucking remember the name because I had these titled by image. Probably, this may be controversial.
The season after they established the School of Friendship.
Yeah, this is the season after.
They still talked about it, but yeah.
There's 2. Well, there's sort of 2 because they still have the School of Friendship and like the.
Yeah, it heavily featured it, but it's not the one where it was established, if that matters.
Well, the one that was heavily featured in, I'm so sorry, I have this title by image, not name, but like, I don't know why, but I really like, I would have to rate it like a 2 out of 10 because I do not like the School of Friendship plotline. I felt like this one screenshot like shows it off the most. I have it in like my notes where just like Celestia telling Twilight you can't learn friendship with books and scrolls, and then they make a fucking school with books and scrolls. So like, I don't know. I don't think they handled it well, and I feel like it goes against the first like lesson that Celestia gave Twilight to even have this existing, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then what would you score this? Oh yeah, you said 2 out of 10. I think that might be for more of season 8 because that's where the more school created season.
Yeah, we're on season 9.
Well, I mean, so like,
yeah, like for season 9, I'd probably vote it like 4 out of 5, or like it's not perfect, but it's it's really good. Like it has its flaws, but I actually really liked the last season. So I would rate it like a 4 out of 5 because it's not perfect, but it is pretty good.
You know, with all the villains trying to team up and everything like that.
So what would you rank that one?
4 out of 5. Not perfect, but good.
I guess it wouldn't be your last place season because we just established that that's season 8. Is it, I don't know, the 5th best, the 6th best?
Oh, probably near second best slot.
Second best slot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess then Jen or second and Day, which one do you want to go first?
Okay. Season 9, 3.5 out of 5. Season 9, it's this was towards the end of the show where they were trying to figure out what the premise was anymore. Because I mean, these were people who inherited the show from people who inherited the show, and it really showed with how the premise changed from season to season in a nutshell, and more on that later. But season 9 was the attempt to, rally something that passed for a finale, a last hurrah, a tie it all together sort of a thing. So, I guess, what a final season should be about in that category. And quite honestly, I would have said for most of it that it was down there with the most lukewarm of the bunch, with only a couple of highlights, only for a streak of pure gold right at the end to single-handedly catapult it into the flawed but good tier, smack in the middle of what I would call the 3 tiers. and maybe even to the top of that tier. Matter of that, which is why, and yeah, like actually, it's nice and neat. 3 seasons in each tier, even though I suppose there's more nuance than that. But yeah, season 9, 4th place. Honestly, not that much better than the other 2 seasons in that tier. And I mean, whether it is or isn't, like I rank my seasons by just a head-to-head episode SmackDown, all my favorites, all my episodes of each season ranked exactly in order from favorite to least, having a SmackDown with each other, and whoever wins the most one-on-one matches wins the day. And season 9, by like split decision, managed to take it over the other 2 purely because 3 episodes of pure gold right in a row. That suddenly turns, the couple of highlights from before are now only the 4th, 5th, 6th best episodes. And yeah, it's like, yeah, that makes your head-to-head viability a lot stronger.
Second, if I like to add, I like the fact that we both rated season 9 at the same rank as being 4th place.
Let's go.
And I gave it a 3 out of 5, so we're basically similar in score as well. I felt like for me, the thing that carries season 9 is literally the beginning of the end and Sparkle 7 for like the first initial episodes. Then the middle was just like carried by the Frenemies episodes and also the Celestia and Luna spat episodes. And then everything starting from episode 23 all the way to the finale. Like it started really good, had a bit of really good stuff in the middle, and at the end it was fantastic. However, the middle portion I put as the reason why I demerited 2 points, because of the whole thing about like some of these episodes don't really feel like finale episodes. Like going to Seed, like being like a crazy Applejack episode of her going against like her family's traditions, in which she's the only sane one and everyone else is going for a make-believe creature. A Horseshoe in which it's an unlikable Trixie and Starlight episode in which Trixie's trying to get into Starlight's good graces to be vice headmare for the school. Sweet and Smoky, which is a bit of a controversial episode, bringing in Garble as a cousin to Smolder and having Spike interact with them, considering like the bad blood between those 2. And then 2, 4, 6 Great, which is a not so favorable Rainbow Dash episode in which she demeans the art of cheerleading. So
Well,
Yeah.
Or not, like as far as what you said was good about it, basically an exact ditto except for the Celestia Luna fighting episodes. I thought those and pretty much everything with Celestia and Luna in the back half of the show was pandering to just like you-isms and replacing actual nuanced characterization with them for basic bitch shit. But that said, I think, like, to be honest, I think season 9 did benefit, and I don't want to go on too much because DC said we'd get to the in-depth stuff after everybody's.
Yeah, we're sort of
needs to
getting
get that.
into that already.
In a nutshell, I thought that it benefited from the last hurrah type stuff, but only to an extent. A lot of lifeblood was drained out by this point, translating to a lot of like lifelessly mediocre episodes, like you touched upon. It was like, so for most of it, in fact, I would have said that it was down there with the lukewarmer ones, but like I said, right at the end, I think is where the grand finale stuff finally came into play in a big way and catapulted, and basically along the lines that you said, the things that carried this season pushed it above the lack of lifeblood by this point. But Daylover still has to go with where she ranks it. Get ready for this one.
Yeah, season 9 is 9th place. It's a 2 out of 5. Oh my god, I feel bad now. Everybody like been a little like praising it, but
Don't worry about it.
Hey. Second, help me make this list. I had to be non-biased, which was really, really hard because there are some of the episodes that's like really good, and some of the episodes themselves where like the ending of the last episode is like 10 out of 10. So yeah, it was really hard to put it in that form of ranking, but I think what second did with like helping me scoring it, yeah, that it needed to happen like that, or else I would never have been done. Like I would just sit in with like each episode and trying to figure out the score. Yeah, and that would have taken me forever. So
All right. And then Jen is the last we need to hear from her ranking and score.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start with like the lowest ranking. Okay. I'm gonna be flying
Oh
completely.
no. We're just where did you place season 9?
Oh, 9.
And,
Okay.
and then what do you score it?
Okay. 9. I'm gonna place it. Okay. What was the 5 is like the best, and then 1 is like the worst.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What about 2, 3? What were their rankings?
It was flawed, kind of severely mixed, below average. 3 is okay.
3 is okay / good, and 4 is great.
Okay. Okay.
I thought 4 was good and 5 was great.
No, it's like
Oh,
Okay,
4,
okay.
4, 4,
It's
4.
5 is great, 4 is good, 3 is okay,
Mhm.
2 is flawed, and then 1 is bad.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Season 9 as a whole, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay.
Season 9, I'm gonna give it a 3 because I really wanted to give it just the lowest I might go is 2 because of flawed, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna be a little generous and I'm gonna give it a 3, only because like it was the end, and it was the end, and it just it wrapped up everything. So I could sense like one thing that actually started to drive me nuts was the fact that they were bringing back some when I don't okay I'm probably wrong, like what was the season when they started doing all those redemptions, or was it
I mean,
or
you could argue it was 3 because that's where they redeemed Trixie, and it was kind of poorly handled in my opinion. But yeah, they started. I mean, Trixie's return, on the other hand, was pretty well. Like I don't know. Trixie's actual redemption to me is almost where she comes back and befriends Starlight. But yeah,
That was episode
kind of started in 3 and snowballed from there until they
Right.
started self-consciously doing the whole like, no, we don't redeem everybody.
Fair. But I'm trying to. But I don't think it was 9 that they started bringing back. Like a lot of people, a lot of characters to redeem them and such. But 9, 9, I think it was because they were. I think it was like trying to tie up loose ends, wrap things up. Yeah, I think that. I think that, and as the and you know what, I figured out why I gave it so generous a mark, because of the season finale of 9.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the season finale of 9, it was an absolute proper wrap up. So I think that's what saved it. That's what saves it from being any lower.
All right. And I guess to go into broader
Where do you
discussion,
rank it though? Like, is it your 8th best season? Your I don't know, 4th best, 1st best, last place?
Shoot, we're ranking. How many places do we get? 9.
9.
9, because they are the 9 seasons. So this is which
Sorry.
place did all of them come in?
Okay, so season 9, I'm going. I'm gonna. You know what? Just to start off, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna season 9 at 9.
Does that mean it's the 1st best season or the last best season?
Last best season.
yeah, her worst ranked season.
Okay.
Sorry.
9 is Daylover and Jenn's last season, and I will say for this, it seems like it's a lot of fans' last place as well. Like, as much as fans were like foaming at the mouth, Die Hard. No, every season, quotes Rainbow Dash, is better than the last. It's like they did finally do the whole, oh, it didn't stick the landing thing after all, comes season 9. 30% because of that's what every show these days seems to do when it gets to the end. So wait, well, okay, I'll put it another way. 70% fan wank with the whole, Discord was mishandled, which therefore means that the rest of the episode isn't any good either. And I didn't want Twilight to take over for Celestia and Luna or whatever. And 30%, I think, the actual side of season 9 that is a little rough. Like, a lot of lifeblood was out of it by this point. Like, 246 great, as much as people want to. Oh, Rainbow Dash is being a jerk because bronies are nice and sensitive. To me, the bigger problem with that one is that it's just such a boring, typical, hey, I don't want to try that. I don't want to try that either now because it's still only Act 2. Hey, I tried it and it was good. Like, it's just the most basic through the motion version of that plot. And so is Daring Doubt. And so is, what?
I feel
Smoky. It just, they're like, I kid you not. I mean, as much as, I think that those are just sort of masterpieces. Like, my most hated episodes are not any of those. I mean, like Daylover, for example, season 9 was last place on our list in an otherwise not super, super huge variations in the scores. Season 9 was her last by a lot because except for her handful of, her personal favorites in the season, it was like, all she seemed to see was the lifeblood draining out that just really didn't do it for her. And I mean, I get it. It was like, I think to agree with me, for example, and have it on the top half of the list, you have to really be feeling its 4 or 5 best episodes. And I mean, that's always hit or miss when it's down to something like that.
Yeah.
The main thing I feel like I'm getting from everyone is like, love or hate it, like this season feels like a gilded season where like there are a good start and good end, and like some few things in between, but a lot of the in between is just sort of mostly meh. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it missed as hard as a certain other season close by did, or as often, but I mean, well, some people like to argue, well, at least it was bad in an interesting way. And I mean, well, I don't know if I agree with that, or at least not that flatly, but season 9 has a lot of episodes. Like, it doesn't have Nick Confalone, the least subtle writer, taking the most subtle character and throwing out all the intricacies people like about her. Like, hey, is Maude really a good stand-up comedian? I mean, she has a lot of funny disses, but I mean, she is a pretty bland person, and all that wondering in that one episode is replaced with, of course not, she's wacky, she's boring, she only thinks she is. And look, her love interest is male Maude. Like, season 9's low points are really not that. They're what the Cutie Mark Crusaders grand finale is, being an adult is a big responsibility, and they are not ready yet. It's, hey, Rainbow Dash is doing that formula episode where she doesn't like something and she doesn't want to try it, and she doesn't like it and she doesn't want to try it, and hey, she tried it and she liked it. And just not more interestingly done than that. Like, those episodes really don't tell us anything about these characters. Like, some of my favorite episodes are like formula plots used to tell us something interesting about the characters that, are not the personalities of a lot of other characters. And like, by this point, the characters were used to tell us about those formula plots. They were used to tell us that, formula plots are formula plots that unfold this way.
All right.
So, I mean, fan hatred, I agree with a lot of like, okay, those were problems. My thing is just, oh, now you notice that, do you? Not 5 seasons ago when it started.
But I feel like a big issue this season is sort of like it sort of lacks direction, And I feel part of that is because the big opener and closer of the season is basically focused on the villains. So it's not really like there's a new recurring like theme for the main six or student six or everyone, the main cast. There's no focus really on them. So it's sort of continuing the plot lines of previous seasons. So I feel this feels a little less direct because I'll get as we go down the list further. Some seasons definitely have like a very clear throughput, like as in like theme for the season, which I feel like gives them a lot of direction or at least starts. But like this season, I feel sort of is a mix because like the main closer and opener is just focused on the villains and handling them. And like in between, just sort of like a whole bunch of like mix of episodes that are sort of offering closure for the main six and everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, funny enough, I agree with you, but I think that's more like to its benefit. I mean, every other season did come in with they all made choices ostensibly as to what they were about. I mean, some more than others, not the point right now. This one deciding that it's just about being the finale and grasping at what there is left. Like, I mean, I thought that, long story short, we'd reached the point where they had long since lost track or lost motivation or a concern in the world for whether any new choice for what's it about now was going to amount to anything or going to be an inspired, interesting choice. I mean, like, I feel like at least gathering whatever was left on the table for one last charge, like, added something. Like, I mean, again, I think any problems like that, like, hey, what is this even about now, were long since sealed by past seasons. I don't know if that's, if you disagree, if you thought that, like, yes, hey, let's do like what the friendship school season did, but let's think of something more interesting. And just a bit like if the fact that it didn't try to do that is such a disappointment or a deal breaker. I don't know. I kind of thought that it was a case in point of like, okay, like at least doing something more worth getting invested in than hey, we can't think of anything better than this to be the point this time. But
All right. But I guess as I said, is everyone ready to sort of any other final thoughts before we move on to season 8?
I have a couple of them.
right.
Honestly, the season wasn't perfect. It was very good, and I really liked the handling of the villains. I only have like 2 main issues. One is an obvious one that everybody's ripped apart, but for me, it's for a different reason. The Discord is Grogard twist isn't as bad as people are saying it is, but it could have been handled better. As to be honest, the way that I would handle it is personally like having Discord revealed to be Grogar, but then having the actual Grogar stepping in and being like, hey, what the fuck have you been doing using my name this whole time? And then he shows up as one of the main villains. That would have been really cool, especially since, he got basically tied to a lot of the main lore of like Star Swirl and Discord was doing that little exposition dump. So like, I think that would have been a very good missed opportunity.
Wasn't
you have like Star Swirl and everyone, so like they could have introduced another ancient character that's like well known. Plus, also he's a character who is a main villain in Generation 1 of My Little Ponies, so they could have done so much with him. And yet they just never have the real Grogar appear at all, and they just have the fake Grogar like putting all the villains together to teach Rod a lesson, which is a semi-missed opportunity. Like, it wouldn't have changed much, but it would have been interesting. And the other thing, like, the Cozy Glow debate, which is,
God,
does this child deserve to be put into stone permanently after gaining 5 context?
Yes! Yes, yes, yes,
I mean,
yes, yes!
Like, technically, I'd say, I mean, if we're being
very
real,
mixed.
not like caricatured anger, probably not. That's not what you do with delinquent kids. That's not what you do with kids that killed somebody. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, like, Cozy Glow is, when I say she's not a real person, like, no duh, Sherlock. But I mean, even in the context of the show, she was never seriously a character like some of the other ones were meant to be taken as somebody with a soul she was a gimmick. She was a caricature. Like, I mean, from right out of the gate, from her big moment as a single villain, as a main villain, is from nose to tail. Hey, you thought this was a sweet little girl? She's the villain. Like,
Jeez, be careful.
Like, I consider
Yeah,
Queen
like-
Chrysalis less of a mwahaha gimmick than Cozy Glow.
honestly, yeah, I feel like Cozy was like, I don't know. There's a lot of MLP villains that have been like very fleshed out, but to be honest, I know that people like rag on the Equestria Girls movies a lot, but I even think that the Sirens are better developed than Cozy. I'm sorry, but it feels like she's just a caricature.
I
It
think
feels like
Sapphire's
she's just a
Well,
caricature.
is better than Cozy.
Well,
I
thing
will
is,
take the Dazzlings over Cozy Glow any day of the week.
I would
Same
give
here.
the Shimmer from movie
Insult the
1 more
Dazzlings by
than
making them the ones that have to KO her.
yeah, we have to
I
we'll
like
get
it.
into when we get to season 8. We'll get into Cozy, but I feel like she isn't really supposed to be a complicated. She's sort of like Chrysalis, where she's just sort of evil. It's just like she's just doesn't work. That's sort of the
Yeah.
trick thing with her.
it just feels like
just-
she's not as layered as the inspirations behind her. That's the
Yeah.
thing about
She's
her.
just evil. She's just evil for the sake of being evil.
Yeah,
well,
it's just kind of
that's-
annoying to me because like I understand the debate of like she should like be released from Stone, she shouldn't be released from Stone.
No.
But after we got the fucking G5 lore dump that basically confirms that Cozy is never released, like I feel like there could have been some form of like the villains escaping Stone at some point. It feels kind of anticlimactic to have them always trapped in Stone, especially since we already saw that it's kind of easy to release them because of Discord. So like I feel like it's pretty anticlimactic to have them always trapped in Stone. It feels like there could have been some sort of opportunity to like in the future have them escape at some point, but it's heavily
Well,
implied that they like
How
never
would they
escape.
escape? Do you have to break? I would think if you break the crush, the statues or whatever, that's it. They're dead.
Yeah.
You
Is it?
wonder.
Is it?
Like, I don't know if that's ever established, but I
Because
will
if
say,
it is, I take a sledgehammer, like and just like take a few cracks.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But the thing is,
Better
that
take
there's
a
no way to
wrecking
know
ball.
if they're
Take a
permanently dead or not.
wrecking
There's no way to
ball.
know if they ever disappeared. It's like it seems like a
It's kind of
semi cliffhanger to me.
it's just
Like,
kind of a boring debate for me because it's like, hey, would this person deserve to be put in stone as though she were a real person? I mean, she's not presented as someone who we're supposed to consider the nuances of something or the morality or any of the above. It's an absolute
she is a
caricature.
very shallow caricature that, in my opinion, was thrown in last minute because they needed a better villain than the fucking racist unicorn
They
pony.
say. I mean,
Oh my
honestly,
god! Oh my
I
god!
would have just
You know
told me
what?
that-
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
Are we
let's
literally
go
season
into
8
him when he
territory?
comes up. But I mean, like, okay, here's what if I contribute anything to the Cozy Glow, what kind of villain she is. I do sometimes hate the evil for the sake of evil complaint. It's a very tabloid, basic bitch critic sort of thing to say because, I mean, the point of a villain or a character as a whole, for that matter, is not just the personality quirks of that character. It's the situation and the purposes that they serve, what they say about scenarios like this, for example. So Chrysalis, quote unquote, evil for the sake of being evil, not really a relevant question. What she is who someone who has her status in life and who is in charge of what she's in charge of and who needs what or has decided they need what they need to survive. She's what someone like that would be. Cozy is exactly one thing. She's what whoever created her decided would be a good fake out, would be an entertaining fake out. As far as the sweet widow, Joey Temple Goyle is
More like a
evil.
Darla Dimple.
And yeah, exactly. Like, and I mean, and what that in fact comes across to most of us as presented is a basic bitch fake out that's been done before better, because at least Darla Dimple's evil moments are hilarious.
Because Darla Dimple is delightfully unhinged.
Yeah, she's like a parody of a spoiled brat, whereas Cozy.
She's pretty much what happens. She's pretty much what happens when a child star who's gotten everything, at least in that world, what happens when a child star who's gotten everything pretty much goes too far, and it's pretty much she turns into that. She's pretty much a tyrant, drunk with power and drunk with power and everything. And like I said, delightfully and unhinged, because seeing Darla Dimple just be her maniacal self is funny. It's
Cozy
funny.
Glow exists by contrast to the fact that what's coming out of her mouth does not match her face and her voice.
Cozy Glow is annoying as hell because it's fake, and I think it's meant to be played up as fake. So yeah, I think it's meant to be played up as fake, but at the same time, it's like, okay, if the goal was to get you to hate Cozy Glow, they did it.
All right, but I guess with that said, like, we should probably move on to season 8, which is the Cozy Glow season.
Yes.
All right, this time we're just going to go, like I said, let's do a rapid fire. Everyone just go round in a circle quickly, like just give these, how do you rank the season, and then your score for it.
All right.
We'll go first.
Here you go. Pass a cozy steak to you. Here you go.
All right, I have season 8. I rank season 8 as number 4 for me, and I give it a 4 out of 5.
All right. My turn. I rank season 8 as 9th, and I give it 1 out of 5. It's abysmal.
All right. Jen?
Can someone remind me of what season 8 was? What was
season
in
6
season
and
School of Friendship, Chancellor Naysay actually introduced Cozy Glow and did the build up to where it turns out she's evil.
Ah.
All right, we'll come back to second and day. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes. 9th place, 2 out of 5, maybe 2.5 on a good day. On Daylovers. Okay. You right? Okay. Season 9 was 9th place. You ready for this?
Season 8 is 8th place. Woo!
Fair.
Fair. Also, I believe a 2 out of 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or no, it was a 3 out of 5 on your
3
card.
out of 5. Okay. 3 out of 5. Woo!
All right, and then Wolfgang.
Okay, so I already accidentally said this earlier because I got confused.
That's
sorry.
why I said. That's why I said. That's why I waited to get yours last, because I knew you.
Yeah, exactly. Mine is in 9th place. Wow, shocking! And I harshly rate this one like a 2 out of 10. Well, like a 2 out of 5.
Nothing really worth it. Ding ding. Someone should have worth it. Ding ding. Clearly the worst ever. Ding ding. I hate season 8. Ding.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I'm the one I think I'm the only one here that actually likes season 8.
And the funny thing is, I'm the only one who rated it 1 out of 5. Everyone else was like 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the camp that says worse doesn't mean bad. I roll my eyes at many for example, Studio Ghibli list where 4-star movies, 3-star movies like Secret World of Arrietty actually have to be bad and rip-offs and repeats because, we're only 4 places up. I can't start giving compliments already. Season 8 as an episode of television, despite my song just now, it's probably perfectly average. I really can't say it's worse than that. And as a matter of fact, I do think it had its crown jewels that would have been prize episodes in any season. The fact, though, that I don't think they can make it any better than an average season of television and not high-end average either probably says everything I think you need to know about
I think the big reason that for me that I rank it higher in the upper half of, just at the edge of the upper half of the seasons, is because I actually really because the way I rank the season is very much focused more about the season as a whole and also what it brought to the show, how it changed dynamics and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And season 8 brought the Student 6 was a surprisingly, I felt, well executed introduction of a new main cast, supporting cast, which can be, some shows can fumble really, really badly, but I felt like we all more or less loved the Student 6 immediately. They become very co-dependent character. Because people were just ranting about season 8, but did anyone complain about the Student 6?
Not really.
Oh no complaints.
No.
Surprisingly sensitively done. I feel like it's a bit of a backhanded compliment to say that the show felt that much more excited about its brand new characters than the ones that had won an entire fan base over long since. And I mean, and if it's just to focus on the main, since by comparison, I think it's pretty damning how little ownership any of the writers felt over them at this point, with maybe an exception or two that had the occasional vision for them.
But that's sort of my point, though, why I liked it, because that greatly changed the show's dynamic, but also did in a way that they were lovable characters that sort of expanded the show, and I really enjoyed that dynamic. And even though a lot of people are hating Cozy Glow, I do sort of like how the season actually foreshadowed and sort of introduced her as a running character in the background for a while before there's some very more blatant I feel the biggest issue with Cozy Glow, I wish they would have been more subtle with her being evil up until the point she twists, because I think we all knew something was wrong with it, something was up with her long before the season finale.
Yeah.
I forget, there's one midpoint episode where she's sort of revealed that she's sort of evil or not, but yeah, I feel if it would have been more subtle, but she would have just been a genuinely helpful supporter character, then at the end it's surprise. In the words of Samuel L. Jackson, surprise, mother effer.
There are times you get the sense that maybe they think her evil monologues are legit scary or creepy, or that her preciousness is inspiring big reactions. I think it needed to be, the words she's actually saying needed to be more inspired for that. It's just I feel like the inspiration, like I said before, stopped at the fact that the words coming out of her mouth don't match her face and don't match her voice. And that's what they were so excited to do here.
I think it was also because Cozy is a child, yet she is that evil. That's the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing. I'm like, wow. And then that was such a risk. That was such a risky move, putting kind of out of the box, but it's such a risk move, putting that sort of evil, that sort of Joker-esque evil into a cute little filly.
Okay. I'd like to put my 2 cents in for why I feel like season 8 deserves 1 out of 5. And a nice colorful display of, remember the episodes that not just talking about the opener and the enders, because they have a whole lot of problems for themselves, even if they had some inspired parts in the middle involving around having a decoy villain of Tyrek. I don't remember Yakety Sack and how horrible that episode was. I am sorry, but this is why you get 1 out of 5. You suck, Yak. Oh, it's you, Yona. You're the only good yak out of this bunch. But everyone else, you suck. Oh my God, the degradation of Pinkie Pie as a character with the saxophone. Oh God. Oh, let's just continue.
Yeah, season 8 might not have had to come in second to last on Daylover's card if Yakety Sax hadn't gotten a 0 out of 10.
Yakety Sax also got a 0 out of 10 from me. Let's go.
And then let's not forget about no non-complete clause, in which Rainbow and Applejack are fighting amongst each other, endangering the students in not even a funny way.
True.
Of that campaign.
And the horrible.
Yeah.
And then we had a throwaway Chrysalis episode in the middle of the season called The Mean Six, in which a bunch of evil doppelgangers made out of wood just come out of the woodwork, and then they just die unceremoniously, and Chrysalis contributes nothing to the plot.
True.
I think I remember that
It
one.
annoyed me so bad back in the day.
Honestly, I thought that was one of
I
season 8's better episodes. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was a cute idea that Chrysalis was resorting to tricks to make a comeback.
For me, I felt like it was a good episode, and I liked the concept. The thing that annoyed me was that they fucking wasted it because they could have used the Mean Six in episodes after that, and yet they just had them fucking die the same episode. Like, that's what annoys me. They finally thought of a good plot in this terrible season, and then they instantly threw it away.
And then a matter of principle
of establishing why Chrysalis needed a Grogar type deal to make a comeback. Why she wasn't just like, I can do it on my own, like King Sombra did.
Yeah.
And then lastly but not least, a matter of principles. The most annoying Discord episode of all time.
True.
I think it has competition there, but I mean, that's not me standing up for it. I think you're...
Which episode?
Put it down there.
It's the Starlight Glimmer episode with Discord and when she blasted him to non-existence for annoying her while she was trying to work.
All right.
Yep.
And don't forget Friendship University, Mr. Oh, the Flim Flam brothers have executed their best scheme ever, making everyone be an idiot so the plot can happen.
Yeah. And here's the best for last, or should I say the worst for last. What I consider to be the absolute worst Spike episode of the entire series.
Oh, the Spike.
Daughter Knows Beast.
True.
Yeah, that was cringe episode.
Disagree. I think Brony's sensitivity turned the scene where Spike breaks Twilight's heart into some kind of most monstrous moment ever, when in fact I thought that was more or less how reactions like that would go down sometimes.
No.
I want it to be the mod couple. God damn it, this is what happens when you give the most subtle character to the least subtle writer. Okay, we have this character with interesting intricacies. So her actual stand-up comedian skill is trash. She only thinks she's funny. Woo! Okay, and her perfect counterpart Maud's perfect date is male Mod. Woo! And problem with it is, he's so wacky. He makes Pinky so angry because he's so annoying.
I know, it's so cringy.
No joke. I mean, it's simultaneously, it has the fewest great episodes of every count and the most misses on my card. Like, because it's like the lifeblood was so far gone from it, but there was just enough in the wrong direction to make these episodes that, like, personally just got to me with how they sucked. Like, these are episodes are just brave enough to suck with these cocky non-insights about people who are beautiful on the inside, annoying nerds with qualities underneath, except Mudbriar is how Nick Confalone would have written Maud. He would have made her a dimensionless, unfunny gag character here for gags about how he's annoying and nerdy, and he was better in the comeback because Confalone didn't write that. Hey! And just like, I didn't even get to fake it till you make it kind of annoyed me. That was doing the same kind of thing with Fluttershy, but at least that was mostly less. But I mean, compared to that kind of stuff, honestly, like, Horseplay and wait, which one was Horseplay? Whatever, I'll say
Horseplay was the Celestia wanting to see a play episode.
Oh, I forgot that. No, I'm not done hating on episodes yet.
Let's go.
I mean, we said I said that the Celestia Luna stuff in the back half of the show was pandering to just like you fantasies, just like you-isms. Like, no, we have not made a boring character who is only meant to be a self-insert by being a Mary Sue. We've made a boring character who is only meant to be a self-insert by making them just like you. But at least when they introduced that ish in the episode where Luna and Celestia trade jobs, there was creativity, there was visual excitement to be had, and Celestia, they were trying for some sorts of nuances, even if they were kind of basic bitch idea of nuances. Here, they want to expand on that by reducing Celestia to one trait. She's so cute. Well, she can't act and she reads scripts like this, or she can't. And I mean, yes, she makes speeches and memorizes things to say and how to say them, but that is not the same thing, because that is a line that I can say. I mean, if it were the same thing, then this wonderful episode about all these hijinks couldn't happen.
This is fun.
Honestly, like
This is why I was
I-
wondering, why did you all rate it higher than a 1 out of 5? Those
Because-
episodes were
honestly,
poison.
I'm here to say that I am changing my rating to a 1 out of 5. And second, as soon as you're done, I'm gonna try and do it as fast as possible. But man, do I have a lot to say. Let's go.
But
Well, higher
This is fun.
because towards the back half, the middle back half, it has What Lies Beneath and Sounds of Silence.
Yes.
What Lies Beneath, I consider nothing less than the pinnacle of the Student Six, where we just spend time with them, learning about, okay, what their insecurities and what makes them tick in a way that feels genuinely personal and genuinely like bonding, and maybe has a couple basic beats in it, but to me is more than worth it for how it treats them there. And Sounds of Silence is just plain virtuoso vibing. That just the character of, don't remember her name, the Kieran who didn't give up her voice.
Kieran! That's the one. That's those that species of pony hybrid, whatever that is.
Yeah, that's
Kieran!
Pony dragons, a pony dragon hybrid.
Pony dragons. That's what they're called.
reminds
Kieran.
me of my favorite musical of all time, Next to Normal, about how like feeling life and living it, the most of it means feeling everything. It has an absolute banger in that Rainbows Won't Light Up the Sky Unless You Let It Rain song. It has Fluttershy and Applejack used to the fullest of their actual personalities to get that to enhance this plot. It has interesting designs, interesting storytelling, just a lot of heart in it. And I think it's no coincidence that it was written by, I believe, an acclaimed playwright who was only brought on board to make this episode. And What Lies Beneath, meanwhile, was written by Michael Vogel, who I would consider consistently the best writer in the back half of the show, even though he couldn't do anything with that Summer Sun celebration in season 9, where the plan to make racism was, hey, turn into a pony and say, hey, wouldn't you rather be a snob? That's what racism is, right? Just kind of, wouldn't you rather be as, but yeah, honestly, there were a lot of it seemed like there was a lot of limits by where the show was at that point in time and what the plot, like where every character was at. You get it. I think he was consistently the best one. And I think What Lies Beneath showed like how he was able to add that third dimension to things. And I wish him well in the future. I wish he gets more opportunities in the future, because yeah, I think he did it for that. I think he did it for Mean Six. He found a lot of fun to be had in that. So that, I think, at least deserves to boost it to an average episode of television. I mean, compared to Bratz, compared to what the most basic of, Teletubbies knockoffs, whatever, this is not that bad. But for a show that had a fan base because it deserved to have one, I think it was. And I gave myself one more monologue because I realized that this is probably going to be where I have to shut up and let everybody else take over now. So please.
all right,
Don't worry about it at all. I just wanted to say that, like, for me, speedrunning this, let me just say that School Days Part 1 and Part 2, I'm just gonna fucking throw these together. It is so bad. It is so bad because literally they're just like, oh, how do we make the racist pony? How about we have a unicorn? Because, there's people who have literally made fucking documentaries on YouTube about there being like unicorns being racist in My Little Pony. There's like even videos about that. So I guess they were just like, I guess they just watched those videos and were just like, okay, let's make our guy a unicorn and also make him white. Very subtle. Give him blue eyes. Very subtle. And then throw him in here with a acting oh so fancy just to go full racism mode and kidnap all the other species because he's racist and be evil because he's racist. and be so unbearably annoying with no redeeming qualities that you want to throw him off of the School of Friendship as soon as possible. There is no redeeming traits. There is nothing. He just exists to be an absolute scumbag who doesn't deserve anything, and I fucking hate him.
Okay. I guess from someone of your age, like you wouldn't recognize like the only likable trait about him is his voice actor.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. His voice actor is really good. He's just a bad character. His voice actor deserved better. I just hate the character.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to do something to make him hateable, to make the character hateable, and honestly, again, it was a good job. They made the
they did a good job at that. He just has no redeeming qualities, and I absolutely despise him.
Right.
And I feel like he's cliche.
Daylover didn't get her turn.
Oh, they.
Yeah, I got that.
Season 8. Oh, you did feel like you said what you wanted? Okay, my bad. So DC's turn then.
I was gonna say we're gonna try to wrap this up quickly because we need to be moving on to the other seasons. My 2 points is like I want to bring up one. Yeah, the Kieran episode. I forgot this was that late in the season. I thought that was like more season 5 or 6. It was like, oh, that was the 8th season. I was like reviewing episodes, and I was like, I even have in my notes. And I was like, oh yeah, the Kieran episodes in season 8. But overall, after your discussion, I did change my ranking slightly. I now have it as number 5 on my list and not number 4. I moved one up and moved one down, but overall it's mostly stayed the same. Because this episode season didn't have more flaws to it, but I still enjoy like the change in dynamics. Any final quick thoughts before we move on to season 7?
Oh yeah, I have a couple of quick thoughts. I'm just gonna like speed run this. It should only take like 3 minutes. I'm just gonna speed run this like crazy. So Mod couple, extremely on the nose, bad writing. I hate Mod's boyfriend. I feel like he, in theory, like if you wrote down his traits on a piece of paper, they'd be fine. But because of the bad writing, Pinky's bad portrayal, and an honestly bad episode, I just feel like he's a bad, shallowly written character, and that they could have done better, but they didn't. Fake It Till You Make It is honestly, in my opinion, the second best one in this season. It's like, I would rate it like, it's like a 9 out of 10 for me, but 1 knocked off, because again, bad writing, and Fluttershy going full into her persona and being like extremely mean and rude to her friends is just not necessary and really weirdly out of character. I get it was because like, oh, she's losing herself into her different personas, but like as someone who like on a personal level deeply relates to this episode and did exactly what Fluttershy does in this episode for like 3 years of my life, like genuinely, like outfits and everything, like straight up doing this, like living this episode, I feel like the portrayal was fine until they had Fluttershy acting so unbelievably out of character that it makes no sense. Like, even as my different personas, I still wouldn't act like that towards my friends. Like, even as the Chaotix persona, I wouldn't do that. So I feel like that part just ruined it for me. But other than that, it's like the second best for me. Granny's Gone Wild is not terrible. Rainbow Dash is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Surf and Door Turf is like, it's a very mid episode. I genuinely don't remember this one. Horseplay, like, is just bad. Like,
it's the Sea Ponies episode.
Celestia is, oh my god, like, I get that they want to give more layers to Celestia, but chat, this is not the way to do it. Celestia is just, I can tell she's trying her best, and I feel so bad for her because I've had to deal with people like that before in like projects, and I've given them patience and I've been so nice to them, but I feel like Twilight's Crash Out is just, oh my god, it's just, as someone who's like had to deal with people like Twilight in that instance, it's just so unbelievably annoying. Like, Celestia deserved every single word of that apology. Like, I get that that can be kind of annoying, but that doesn't give you the right to take it out on other people. And it just not only feels out of character, but again, is annoying, and this episode is just unbearable to watch at times. The only good thing that comes out of it is like a Celestia Fluttershy design because of one scene, and that's it. Parent map isn't much except for that, again, annoying writing.
All right, we
Annoying
need
writing.
We're
to.
not going through every episode,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just
And the last one I really have to talk about is like, there's only like 2 more that are like of interest.
Oh no, we need to because I think we're gonna
the
have to start.
current episode is
move,
best. Basically, current episode is the best one. Yakety Sack is terrible.
All right.
Because I'm gonna start limiting like the discussions to like 15 minutes per season.
That's basically it in a nutshell. Like
Yes.
Yakety Sack is terrible, and
Alright.
like the Kieran one is actually good. Like
All
that
right,
one's
so
the top
let's-
one for me.
Let's move on to season 7, and I'll just go. Everyone just quickly go through their ranking of it. I'll just start to go off. Season 7, I have ranked as number 8 on my list, and I gave it a 3 out of 5. I guess we'll go with Carlos next.
All right. For season 7, I give it the 6th place, and I put it up with a 2.5 out of 5.
Okay, season 7, 6th place, 3.5 out of 5. We're back in the middle, flawed but good tier. Although this is definitely the one with the least variation among episodes. There is a lot of middle of the road here.
Season
Jen?
7. Guess where mine is? And it's still a 3.5, right?
Well, I said 3 out of 5, but I
Oh,
mean it's
3 out of
probably all the
5.
same to you.
Whatever. 3.5.
What was that link you just dropped, Carlos?
Oh, it's just a little something funny to like give us feelings about like what happened near the end of the series.
All right,
All the
let's
time.
go into that another time.
Yeah.
All right, and then let me see. And what was the one thing I heard you were saying today? I couldn't hear it at first. Your rank the season.
Mine or Carlos?
Days.
Oh, day say. Okay, well, season 9 was number 9. Season 8 was number 8. Season 7 is
7. And it's a 3.5 out of 5, right?
3 out of 5, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, basically,
Whatever.
you still thought they were just like kind of like meh hit, like mostly middle of the road. But and I was a little surprised because this one has perfect pair in it. But
Yeah.
that's what you thought.
That's why it has 3.5 instead of.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel next season will probably switch things up for Days ranking. I'll wait to see.
We will see.
All right. And then I guess Jen.
Let's see. What happened in season 7?
Oh, it was the elements.
Celestia and Luna trade jobs and some other stuff that
It's
people.
where the old
Pillars
people
of
came back
Equestria.
from the past.
They like
And the
to
villain
and
was the
forgot about.
Shadow Pony.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to switch this up. I'm going to make season 9 number 8. And I'm going to make season 8. Wait a minute. We're on season 7, right?
Yeah, we're on season 7.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do a little switch up. I'm gonna make season 9 from 9th place. I'm gonna bring it up to 8th place, and 8th place is gonna be 9th place because I don't remember it. And 7 was what happened in 7?
Perfect pair with the apples learning about their parents.
Okay.
Celestia and Luna trading jobs. The thing about Pony of Shadows and building up to bringing the pillars back.
Oh, I just realized.
And there was also like a Fluttershy nearly becoming a tree for real after trying to save Sakura from that.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that people said was the best thing ever at the time and then promptly forgot about because that's how much they meant it.
Okay. All right. That's funny. I just realized when you said you said parents, and I was on parents, and then you say the perfect parent, and I'm like parents, and I'm like brilliant. But anyway, okay, so 7 had all that. All right, you know what? Firmly at the season itself. We're gonna give it number 3. I'm also gonna give that number 3, and then firm 7. Oh, it's firm 7th place.
All right.
7 for 7 for you, and then Wolfgang.
Like me? I think like 3 out of 5. 5, not great, not terrible. It's okay. And honestly, like it's not a terrible season. It's a pretty good season. Like my only real issue with it is like I don't personally feel like the whole Star Swirl thing was handled very well. I'm sorry. I just really dislike him as a character for like a laundry list of reasons that would take way too long to go into. I like all of the other pillars. Like I think that they were executed really well. It just the main guy, like I get it's the whole like don't meet your heroes thing, but the way he was executed just felt kind of weird to me. But other than that, like it's a pretty good season. I really love Celestia and Luna being able to see each other's lives. And like honestly, the tree episode just started the My Little Pony infection AUs. Like, you can't deny me that. Like, all of that didn't start from a TikTok trend. It all started because of that one episode being that like gruesome that they were just like, okay, we're gonna make this a main thing. So you know what? I thank this episode for creating all of the My Little Pony and Sonic infection AUs. Good job, boys.
So it's their fault.
Yeah, exactly. Good job, boys. You started the My Little Pony and Sonic infection AUs. I've seen a billion of those. Good job.
So it's their fault. Now I know who to blame.
It's their fault. It's entirely their fault.
Right,
It's their fault.
and Dave, were you trying to say something earlier?
What am I saying?
Well, if there's anything to say, it's that it's a little surprising that this season is so low because it does have Perfect Pair in it, which is one of your all-time favorites.
It's getting a 5.5.
I love Perfect Pair.
3.5, but I mean, it seemed like just the back half of the show, like there was just a hardline change in how you were ranking episodes at how you were scoring episodes at this point. That just like that's where I mean, I consider the back half where the lifeblood started to drain out. And it seems like without realizing it, you kind of agreed with me because a lot, like per season, more and more middle of the road or worse scores started to show up. And season 7, I mean, honestly, even having Perfect Pair and I think you like Celestia and Luna trading jobs too, it seemed like even like those, if anything, just saved it from going down even lower. That and the fact that Yakety Sax got a 0 out of 10 in season 8. But yeah. It just, other than your couple of favorites, it seems like this was still a pretty mess season for you.
All right.
I don't know if you think.
I feel like the big issue with this season, like when I was going through the list of seasons, I dubbed this the forgotten season for me because even though I remember there's the ancient, like, whatever they're called, like
they're the Pillars of Equestria. They're the Pillars of Equestria.
But I feel like this season just like it was like one of the most least focused in terms of like main overarching plot. I even say like this is the only season in the entire show that didn't have a 2-part starter, and I felt that sort of summarizes like this isn't it very focused. This is a season I feel they didn't know what they wanted to do, and that's where I feel that Student 6 eventually came back. It's like okay, let's basically introduce a new cast and also like a new dynamic with the school. This is like where they're reaching the edge of like all the existing stuff. And they're sort of digging to like they're not focused, but at the same time there still was some good episodes thrown in there. Just like the overall season just didn't have a throughput that was memorable.
Okay, well now this is super interesting because DC and I have like fundamentally the opposite take on this. I did say
discussion.
This is what, but I mean, okay, I did say that I score. Per episode, that's what ultimately determines how good or bad a season is. Like anything can be done well or poorly, I guess is my philosophy there. But if there's anything I have to say for season 8, why I think it, if something doomed it from the start in the concept, it's well, symbolically, I have a different take on season 7. I think that back in season 5, we started with the officially new people have taken over the show. Like season 4 was sort of all right, no, we have ponied up, like we stand by what we did with these characters in season 3. We are taking that to its pinnacle. Boom, we vindicated ourselves. Now what are we doing? Season 5 is ostensibly about a cutie map that utilizes them as a force now and brings about a villain who wants to challenge them. season 6. It almost passes for continuity. It's sort of about more with that map, but now that villain is getting redeemed-ish, but like lukewarmly. I mean, the focus was starting to dwindle. Like, I as much as they like Starlight ended up being the starting and final note of season 6, I don't think anybody felt like, oh, okay, the show is about her now. I don't think it felt like the map was there. It didn't feel like it was about that now. The thing about Twilight bonding with her friends or stepping up to take this role or that role, that was all in the past. I don't think anybody knew what season 6 was about. 7, that came across as a fairly noble attempt to me to refocus the lore. Like, I see it not starting with a 2-parter as kind of a, hey, season 1 didn't end with a 2-parter, you know, Crystaling was a pretty weak 2-parter. Man, let's play around a bit. Like, let's try one that starts, instead of ending on more of a slice of life, let's start on more of a slice of life. This is where Joanna Lewis and Christine Songko join the crew, and they seem like they want to be the whole, like, okay, think outside the box, you know, think modern, think new, think rules of good writing, like the attempt to make Celestia, more dimensional, like answer the questions about her being flat, the things about like the cashing in on the Apple family siblings, refocusing the lore. So like we've brought up a Pony of Shadows before, we've brought up these pillars before, let's use them. How we see the return of Ghastly Gorge. I really think there was an ongoing attempt to bring focus back to this show and to this concept here that season 8 promptly threw out the window for yet another, hey, let's make it about this random thing now. And therefore, I think killed what chance it had to keep us invested in what was going on. So what puts this season on relatively lukewarm footing for me, I like a fair amount of episodes. I don't think it had that many misses, so it's not that I don't think Lewis and Songko had a vision. It's that I think they were kind of basic bitches.
All right, I just want to get wrapped. We have like 2 more minutes. We'll move on.
As a whole, I think that Celestia and Luna trying to make them more dimensional, like this is what people who took one college class about writing 101 think is more dimensional. I think, a lot. There's just the lukewarm stuff really started here. I'd have to scale back farther through my mind to say how, but on the whole, I think a lot of the rules of thumb on this is what Maud had, what passes for deep friendships with Maud. A lot of basic bitch stuff with that. A lot of basic bitch stuff with Celestia. It could have been more compelling. Okay, I don't need to be riffed right now. We're trying to hurry.
Yeah.
It has its high points. I thought it was a noble attempt. I thought it only got it so far. Is why I have this one fairly middle of the road.
Yeah. All right. Just because me wrap up. From what I get is, I think you're saying like the big problem with season 7 is basically season 7 got episode 8'd, where it went a different direction, but like they basically went back to the previous direction after that, which sort of made it didn't fit.
Yeah. I mean, and I do blame season 8 more. Yeah, they're like, okay, let's go back to the previous direction of directionlessness. But yeah, season 9 now stands as the attempt that wasn't. Or season 7 rather stands as the attempt that wasn't now.
All right. Well, that so any very last quick final thoughts before we move on to season 6?
Great.
Secrets and Pies was hella underrated. One of this season's highlights.
All right.
Oh, I absolutely love it.
I guess we move on to season 6, which was the season that was with the basically redeemed. Starlight Glimmer was basically Twilight student, and also that ended with the basically Suicide Squad versus Chrysalis.
Yeah.
All right, going by rank, I have that put down as number. This is the one that moved up from when 8 moved down. This moved up to take its place as number 4 for me. And I gave it a 4 out of 5.
For me, I would put it at 7th place, and I gave season 6 a 2 out of 5.
8th place, 3 out of 5, which, is still the second lowest score I get. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to pretend that any of these seasons are really below average for television, but yeah, boring for me. Go ahead. Boring for My Little Pony standards is what I mean.
By the way, for me, it's not like a rating from like a TV show standards. I'm just literally rating them based on the quality of the show as a whole. So 1 out of 5 does not mean like completely unwatchable unless is season 8, in which I wouldn't recommend anyone watching it. Just 1 out of 5 is not recommended.
Boring nuances are boring. Continue.
Yay, my season 6 is sixth place. Who guessed it?
6th place, season 6.
Let's go! Like Six
Okay.
of Black. I'm making a Six of Black reference in 2026.
Still a 3.
What?
Yeah, you were not big on the back half of the show. This is where the lifeblood started draining out, I think, on your
Okay.
card.
So I guess like a 3.
3.5 out of 5
Three
because you
and a
moved
half.
up with that other one.
Well, 3 and 3.8 then, because it'd have to be higher than 5, right?
Then 7, but
Okay.
I mean, it did beat season 7 by a little bit more than season 7 beat season 8. You did,
Okay.
yeah, it wasn't quite so lukewarm for you as a batting average.
That's good. Okay, next.
Jenn or Wolfgang?
Yeah, go ahead.
either
Wolfie.
I say whoever wants to go next for
Go
how
ahead,
you.
Wolfie, you go.
Okay, so I put this as sort of honestly, we kind of got another like 4 we got a 4 out of 5 here because honestly it's a very good season in my eyes, but like not a lot of it is memorable except for, the big Suicide Squad plot. And honestly, let me just throw this out here. I fucking love this entire setup. I love Starlight as a character. I love Trixie as a character and Thorax and Discord. I feel like it's the absolute favorite. It's like one of my absolute favorite like groups of characters. I feel like their personalities work so well together. I love the setup. I love the introduction of the Changeling Kingdom. I love learning more about the Changelings. You do not know how many times I've had to take screenshots of this episode for like drawings because my character is a part Changeling. I absolutely love this special, and that alone puts it at like 4 out of 5 because it was executed so well. Like the rest of the season is forgettable as hell for me, but just that setup is so good. I love it so much.
Just I mean, we're supposed to be going only points right now, but I just want to insert something. Going with that setup, there's setup in the season though, because like all those members of the Suicide Squad essentially got their own episodes within that. Like this is where I'm pretty sure this is where Discord has Discords and Dungeons and Dragons episodes.
Oh, hold up. Let me just talk about that one real quick because I love that one as well. I remember loving it when I was younger and I love it now. I feel like actually giving Discord friends that aren't Fluttershy and this whole D&D setup, I don't know what it is about it, but I absolutely love that episode. I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's just something about it makes me really happy for no reason.
Let's see.
And Jen's score for this season and how she ranks it among all the others.
Okay, 7 is the one that had okay, if I remember where you're saying the Suicide Squad one, that's when you had like Trixie, Starlight,
Thorax, and Discord teaming up.
Thorax, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering, is that the one where I'm trying to remember that Suicide Squad episode? Is that the one where like Thorax offers the kind of return of Chrysalis, and like Thorax is like either Starlight or Thorax is like offering Chrysalis like the chance of redemption, and she rebuffs it?
Yeah, all the changelings except for Thorax.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we're on season 6, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Season 6, because of that one episode, solid 6.
6th place. Just like
Sixth place.
Daylover.
Because of that one because of that Suicide Squad episode, and that's when we started. And I didn't want to say the tide shifted, but there was a shift, and it's a very significant one. And it was with Chrysalis, and I thought that was a very kind of like eyebrow inducing raising moment. I was like, oh, so that alone gives season 6 its standing. Oh, yeah. And I said what's overall rating? I hate to do it, but I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2, but only because aside from that one moment, it wasn't all that memorable.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only things that I really remember is the D&D part and the special. Yeah. I don't remember the season.
Yeah, it hurts to do, but I'm like, that's the only thing I remember about it. So.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like this season is getting more positive scores from us than I honestly expected, but the fact that it is for mainly those 2 episodes, I guess that makes a little more sense to me. Nevertheless, I'm sorry if I'm going to hurt anyone's feelings with this, but my thoughts on this season overall are it's better than season 8 because it didn't miss, like Stone Cold miss nearly as many times. But I realized that technically, as much as I was saying this show was directionless in the back half, it does seem like that sounds like a direction. Continue with Starlight, continue with the map, but I'm sorry, it doesn't play like that in context. It plays like we're just sort of doing things, and those things are still there. That the Dungeons and Discords episode was pretty good. It was the best episode for Nick Confalone, Mr. Male Mod is Mod's boyfriend guy. I'll give him that he has enthusiasm. I thought he still committed a couple too many writer's sins for me to list it as a Stone Cold A, maybe a B+ or something like that. But on the whole, this season just even at my most negative, I was just kind of like like Applejack's Day Off or the go-karts episodes. Those were a little too lazy for me to pass. But the fact that those
true. I forgot about those.
God.
I feel like that's
everything cart before the horses. Was that cart before the horses?
Cart before the ponies. But yeah,
cart before the ponies.
I agree that To Where and Back Again is a very tight, well-written episode in my top 25 or so. But one episode, well, I said I do episode versus episode for all 26 versus all 26. So, and that's how it felt for me. That was one good moment for the show against a backdrop of a heck of a lot of boredom. It's not much more to say here. I felt like this was the beginning of the end where they well and truly stopped feeling like they had inspiration for what they wanted to do with these characters. And I think it's no coincidence that it's because this was the season that inherited that the people writing it, the people creating it, like Josh Haber, the showrunner, inherited it from people who inherited it. So highlights, Gift of Mod Pie, which I thought is one of Mod's all-time highlights. Stranger Than Fan Fiction, which I think is its best episode with the ever hilarious Quibble Pants.
Quibble, oh my God, that's
stories and writing. I guess Jenn disagrees. She didn't like him for a while.
No, but I later changed my mind. I later changed my mind about Quibble. That's funny. I remember that. I just it all came rushing back to me. I remember seeing. I remember Stranger Than Fan Fiction, how much I absolutely abhorred him.
Yeah, true.
He's like, it's easy to be like, but I feel like he was what he was supposed to be. I feel like his moments, like saying that Caballeron's accent was terrible. Like I have my reaction of that recorded on my channel, and that's one of the loudest I ever laughed at that point. It just because it completely caught me off guard that that's what he was gonna say.
True.
Really, and
I think if I remember that episode, I'm wondering if I had an equivalent of a crash out at the end of the credits.
Yeah, you said stop building the ship with him and Rainbow, but
oh God, I think I was hoping to forget about that.
Yeah. But yeah, and otherwise, Viva Las Pegasus with Gladman, I thought was at least an overachiever that deserves to be singled out for that. But beyond that, I don't think this season deserves much more than that. I don't have a ton to say about it. And even what its so-called highlights like Fault in Our Cutie Marks with Gabby the Griffin or Thorax's intro with the change, I thought there was I thought they're worse than their concepts seem to be worth. Like the people single them out for their concepts, which I thought were less than what they sound like on paper. I thought there was a lot of basic stuff, a lot of in theory writing, a lot of because then the plot couldn't still happen if we did this. So it's just kind of like, while I admit it's maybe even slightly above average as an episode, as a season of television, for a man in his 30s, this is just kind of boring, except for its absolute highlights.
Okay. I like to bring a counterpoint because I think you mentioned some of the good stuff from season 7. I like to bring up some of the good stuff in season 6 that wasn't the finale. So, did you guys recall Viva Las Pegasus?
That's what I just said. I thought it was an overachiever.
An overachiever? Okay. Then I would also like to say Dungeons and Discord.
Yeah, we did mention that.
Going on about that. I thought it committed a couple too many writer's sins. I thought it kicked the can down the road on actually bringing the game to life with one too many pointless things, but it's his best episode, the guy who wrote it.
And then Gauntlet of Fire.
No. That is so much less than the sum of its parts.
Also, I want to say that other thing about the season we forgot. Like, yeah, this is season where Thorax was first introduced, and also before that Suicide Squad episode.
Yeah, but that's another one that's like just a little less than the. I mean, he shows up a saint who plot dumps why he's good, and I mean, it's not a bad episode. I don't see the way some people rave about it. I thought it's fairly basic stuff.
I like about Heartwarming too.
Oh, the Christmas one with Starlight Scrooge.
Oh yeah, I love that one. I still sometimes sing those songs around Christmas time. Like literally, I got my singing teacher to allow me to practice Pinky's Present from that episode.
Admittedly, Pinkie Pie is one of the best.
I actually learned how to sing that song perfectly with my professional singing teacher who got paid to help me practice Pinky's Present.
I'm just going to give it a 2-minute warning until we move on to the next season. Any other closing thoughts?
The episodes people are bringing up, I think, are a good reason for this season to be, for all of you to have this season slightly higher than I do. So, I mean, I'll step back if anyone wants to defend it properly without me yapping.
Spice Up for Life. Oh, no.
I have a personal grudge with that one. It's not a bad episode, but don't get me started.
No, I know. I know. See what somebody else got going.
Zesty Gourmand, the critic who is a straw man of critics, the age-old, like, critics suck because they do not recommend the thing that I like, which is also just my opinion, but I'm a real person, which doesn't sound
also,
like
hot take. Flurry Heart doesn't make any sense. Boom.
Oh yeah. Flurry Heart. What are you?
Flurry Heart doesn't make any sense. Hot take. Flurry Heart
is sell toys.
I do not like Flurry. Exactly. She was literally just made to sell toys. Like, and as someone who literally has done research on the merch line, like when I was younger and recently, yeah, she was literally just a marketing stunt they were planning since a Camelot Wedding, considering they made a toy called Princess Starlight. Like literally, that looks very similar to Flurry Heart. It's an alicorn baby, and it's actually a toy that I actually had this thing, and I think I still have it. Actually, I do have it over there. Okay, so I do have this thing, right?
Oh my gosh!
Basically, this was made in like 20. Actually, yeah, I don't have it anymore, but I did have it, and it was made in 2012. And is an alicorn baby princess that's highly implied to be the daughter of Cadence and Shining Armor. This was planned.
They wanted this toy for a while.
Oh,
exactly. They had this toy and they were selling it since 2012, 2013 at the latest. This was planned since day one to use.
So they had to make the toy work.
Exactly. They literally added the toy into the plot by redesigning her, but she was planned since 2013 at the
Also,
latest.
28 pranks later is the episode that everybody accused the mysterious Mare-Duel, the so-called worst episode. 28 pranks later actually is what people accuse that episode of being.
All right, but
true. Absolutely true.
All right, but now I'm gonna move on to season 5. Now, to give her a summary, this is the season that introduced the friendship, the map quest episodes, and also the main attraction. The CMC got their cutie marks. The slice of life episode, and also for my personal favorite episodes list, Scaremaster. And also, this is the one that introduced Starlight Glimmer and had that resolution. So, going for my ranking, I gave this is my 3rd favorite season. I gave it a 5 out of 5. And let's go. Who wants to go next?
I'm going next. Season 5, it's my 3rd favorite season. I rated 3 out of 5.
All right.
Season 5, the 5th place, smack in the middle, 3.5 out of 5. We're back in the good but flawed tier with this one.
Yeah, second took over my list. Somehow, 5. Season 5 is what?
Oh, season. Yeah, we're not doing the whole
No.
Yeah, 7 is 7, 6 is 6.
Second took my 5th.
Oh yeah, haha! I took your list because season 5 is her 2nd place.
2nd place.
Wow.
5 out of 5, and just barely that. Like I actually, there's a lot of surprises to hear, but I mean, yeah, there are 2 seasons that really should have been Daylover's favorite season, quote unquote. Not quite how it worked out. Season 5 lost by the barest of margins, but yeah, it does have a lot of her all-time favorites in it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Honestly, I rate this one a 5 out of 5, and there are so many good episodes in this, but let me just throw this out here. One of the, if not the main reason this is up there isn't because of Starlight. Starlight is great, but one little episode changed my fucking life, all because I liked it. And that is the main attraction. This is extreme bias considering me and Second's video was the most popular video on my YouTube channel and literally exploded my YouTube career into what it is today. So I have a massive bias for this episode, but it literally, even before our review, this episode changed my life as it did give me my passion to start trying to get popular for music. That sort of bug in me, I got the itch to do that. I got the itch to actually go for that dream because of this episode. So even if you throw away the fact that this blew up my YouTube career and is me and Second's collab that is now canon to the Rift Cafe, which I still think about sometimes when I'm trying to sleep, and I'm just like, how the hell did that happen? But at the same time, this thing literally gave me my absolute dream of what I want to do one day came because I watched this episode. So really, just that alone already puts it at a 5 out of 5. But also the other episodes are just there's just so many amazing episodes in this season, especially Starlight. I love how that was handled so fucking much. So this is a 5 out of 5, 100% of the way. Wouldn't change it for the world. Not just because of the main attraction, but because it's a genuinely good season, in my opinion.
So where does it rank out of all your seasons?
Honestly, probably 2nd best season.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
My second opinion, because I didn't collab with Second Opinion.
Collab. Hi. That video, if I do say so myself, though, is some of my favorite editing I've ever done on a video.
It's my favorite video I have on my channel, period. That's why I still have it as my channel trailer. This thing literally changed my YouTube career. It's my favorite thing that I've ever posted. and literally was the one thing that gave me a true passion to go for content creation as a main thing. This silly little collab changed my fucking life. So I need to give the main attraction something for causing this to happen, considering that this little collab changed my life all because of an amazing video and a promotion that I convinced my dad to pay for that made this blow into the stratosphere.
All right. And Jen?
Okay, main attraction. Now, if I can remember, that's the one that had Rah Rah in it, yeah?
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh,
This episode.
okay.
It's right.
I'm going to give it a little... Okay, first off, music-wise, first of all, music-wise, this was peak.
It was so
Music-wise, this
good.
was so peak.
Don't forget, though, the score out of 5 in the ranking before we do the getting into details.
Right. Okay. All right. So
Jen, you can do
main
it.
attraction. So just keep things simple. Main attraction. Okay, main
No,
attraction.
season 5. Season 5.
Season 5. Okay, main attraction. I'm sorry. The whole season. The whole season. I'm gonna land it give it a solid 5. I'm gonna give it a solid. On my ranking, give it a 5. As for rating, still gonna give it a 2. Because main attraction was the only memorable one for me personally.
The main attraction changed my life. Whoa!
Yeah. And I will say it again, music was just peak for
Absolutely.
The cutie marks are your separate cutie marks.
Yeah. But to quickly go into why I ranked this one so high, which was I feel this season is one of the rekindles where it's a very balanced season where it has a bunch of good episodes throughout it, but also has a good framework, which is like the map quest, like the cutie map, I forget what it's called. The map thing where it sends up everyone. It sort of at a new season framework that continues all the way to season 9. And then also it sort of introduces a new sort of interesting villain, which is sort of like very similar, but like to Sunset Shimmer, or sort of reformed villain, that sort of thing, but sort of like do something different, Starlight. And then also this season changes just so many dynamics. Like this is the one where CMC get their cutie marks, and it's like completely changed their thing. And then
oh shoot, that's the one, isn't it?
They get the cutie marks.
Crusaders of the Lost Mark.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And then this is also
Excuse
Slice
me
of
while
Life,
I run
which
my
is
head against the wall. Oh my god! How could I forget that?
they also had Slice. This is also the season had Slice of Life, which is the episode where there's like the different all the background ponies getting attention.
The one, oh, excuse me for a moment while I run my head against the wall. Oh my god!
Yep.
Hate being old.
Okay, so I guess like in a nutshell, our thoughts on the back half of the season, where I thought that would be where a lot of people said the show went lukewarm, and to an extent, but it was more nuanced than I was thinking it would be. It seems like for everybody but me, we finally reached the point where before that hits, season 5 is a highlight of the show. I think it's where the deterioration started. I think season 4 was sort of an end of the era, that being like, okay, well, yeah, everybody thought us, the new people in charge, bungled what was good about this show, but we're going to use season 4 to show you that, no, we can make this stuff that's on the table. We can follow it through to something awesome. And boom, now we have season 5. We're the ones in charge. Everybody's happy. We're going to come out swaggering and swinging, and it's better than a lot of what came after, but I think it really shows like the fact that the people in charge now, they're not the ones who came up with these characters. They're not the ones who had the idea of like, okay, what purpose they serve, like what it is we want to say. about just, friendships that fulfill people. I think that's where that officially started to become a problem.
Can I change my rating for the season now that I've been reminded of what was in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I changed my season 8 ranking down mid.
Oh yeah, I changed my season 8 ranking to 1 when I figured out you could do that. So I changed my season 8 ranking to 1.
Right. Well, I'm keeping the main season to 5, from season 5 to 5. But as for quality, I'm changing the ranking to 4. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change my rating to 4, from 2 to 4, because thank you for reminding me of what was actually in season 5. And to me, those were some really pivotal moments, some really big moments. So my ranking overall is still going to be a 5, but my quality rating for it is going to be a 4. It's a good. It's a good. See, it is good because it had some really. Because thank you so much again for reminding me of what was actually in it, and these were really pivotal moments. But I will agree with you, second, that this might have been the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. Back that up. People are very nice to me, truth be told. I'm treated very well around here. But to back that up, I would cite things like Starlight's payoff, which, I mean, it comes out of the gate with the whole new villain, new purpose for all of them. And then the map comes back a couple of times for offhand purposes. And then Starlight's grand big payoff is, hey, Starlight is sad because a thing happened to her when she was a kid that was not happy. Her friend went, that is just so in theory writing. That is really
honestly, if anyone ever dares compare Starlight getting quote unquote abandoned by Sunburst to Spinell's trauma, as someone who heavily kins Spinell, literally me character, I would absolutely explode. I saw that happen online once, and I was like, Starlight does not have an excuse to create a fucking cult and wiping people of their identities and everything that they stand for and making them carbon copies of each other and brainwashing and emotionally abusing them just because, childhood friend left her. I've had the exact same thing. The exact same thing that happened to Starlight has happened to me 3 times, and I didn't create an equality cult. It drives me so crazy that they made the big thing that made her go insane. The big thing that made her go insane and make the entire equality thing. I thought that she would have to go through something bad to do that. No, Sunburst just walked out the door, never saw her again, and then she went crazy. That's not a justification.
All because
they offer zero justification for how that would have snowballed, and just the actual him leaving and then followed by, and how it is from there. No, how it is from there is that's a very normal, sad experience that you learn and that you grow from and you learn to adapt to.
Exactly. It's not a justification.
Happen, maybe it does, but no, you need to justify that part.
Yeah, I agree. That does not, all because your friend got a cutie mark and you didn't. That's no excuse to become Jim Jones.
Exactly. It's not.
That said, this season might have placed higher on my card if it weren't for all the new writers creating episodes like Princess Spike, the white rice bland one, or what about Discord? The hey, Twilight is an idiot who's jealous or whatnot.
What about Discord? It's just unbearable. I'm sorry. I've had a very similar situation. Twilight happened multiple times with me and my friend group, and I swear, as someone who's had that happen to me, it's so insufferable because the fact that she didn't just let it go as, oh yeah, it's their thing, and just drop it. Twilight is a very emotionally stable character. It feels not only out of character, but it feels like random conflict for the sake of random conflict, because we need another Discord episode, but like it's so annoying.
All
Yeah,
right,
there's a lot of episodes where it's clear that the person has not done this before. And I mean, Punch for
I know,
Punch
right?
lowered season 5 score a little bit because it does have a lot of really strong ones. It has Do Princesses Dream of Magic Sheep, Luna's Awesome Dream World one, Brotherhood.
I love it.
Yeah, the first episode with the cutie map, Make New Friends But Keep Discord, is absolutely hilarious. But unfortunately, this season also produced the video that defined my reviewing career on YouTube. One of my most popular and the one that kind of set the tone forever after, Crusaders of the Lost Mark.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I think it is
but,
pure, like everything people say is controversial about that, just like storytelling on telling people what they want to hear, except it tries to add nuanced writing like, hey, an awful parent. But I mean, Spoiled Rich is such a caricature of a person. I think trying to be like nuanced with it hurts more than helps. And
we need to
episode with like half as much fist pumping and all the flatness. And I mean, I really laid into this thing, and yeah, and that resulted in me becoming exactly what I am now, kind of a naysay, which was not fun to be. So okay,
yeah, we need to move on to season
4 that everybody except me is all in on.
All right, yeah, moving on to season 4, which will be interesting. Season 4, which is basically a season right after Twilight became a princess, and had the mostly known for that, and then also the big T-Rex battle at the end. All right, for me, I rank this as my 7th on the 7th on my scale, and I give it a 4 out of 5, sort of a lower one than that. I'd probably give it a 3.5 if it was. I'd use 0.5, but I don't like those. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right.
I am giving season 4. I'm going to give season 4 overall. On my overall ranking, 3. It is 3. Since like it's been one of my top favorites, and I'm giving season 4 and for quality wise, season 4 a 4. It's good.
4-4.
Okay, well, I'll join hands with Jen on that one. Season 4, 3rd place, 4.5 out of 5. I think this is, on my card, kind of the last great MFN season of Friendship is Magic. I think that I didn't have many new things to say about the people who took over, first Megan McCarthy, then Josh Haber, but the former, I think this is absolutely her finest hour, saying that like, oh, you thought season 3 was this dumpster fire, this crash out, huh? No, we'll show you. And
exactly.
So they gathered like what everybody's uncertainty about where Twilight was and turned that to their advantage. This is heck of a story. Okay, you know what? We were only supposed to say the score, and I got myself going already. So, okay. Season 4, last great season of Friendship is Magic on my card. Time for me to shut up and pass the mic.
What were we
Go Daylover.
Oh, yeah, you're 5th place, 4 out of 5.
Oh, season 4 is number 4.
No, it's number 5.
Oh, season 4 is number 5, and it's I'm not sure where it's what.
That says 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Oh, that's nice. Why is it so low when it has magic? Right.
When it has what?
Magical Mystery.
No, that's season 3. This one has T-Rex versus Twilight and a
Kamehameha. Oh, that had like the
Next
season ending.
Yeah, this is where your scores started to get definitively better. You thought this was good.
Right. I could rave about the season closer for season 4 forever, honestly.
Yeah, I think that has a valid claim to being the best episode of Friendship is Magic. But I think Carlos and Wolfgang need to give their scores and their rankings before I put them in the yapper again.
All right. I honestly rate season 4. Like a 4.5 out of 10 is good, because like there's a lot of really good episodes in this, and I genuinely enjoyed it. The only thing is that I have a deep, dark confession to make. I have a lot of very strange opinions about My Little Pony, and this was one of them that I had back in the day that I'm more mixed on now. But I feel like Twilight Becoming a Princess was sort of weirdly implemented and was mainly a move to sell more merchandise and was not in Lauren Faust's original vision, which is the reason why it was so hard to implement. Now, I do admit that in the end, they stuck the landing, but it felt like it was difficult to stick the landing, considering that, again, Lauren Faust gave them basically a series Bible. This was not in the series Bible. Lauren Faust, on social media, strictly disapproved of the decision, making it so that it was very difficult to write for this. So I don't blame the writers at all, but it felt like it was difficult for them to pull this off, considering that this was not in the original plan. And I have actual information that proves that this was solely something to sell merchandise, because Lauren literally had a dispute with Hasbro that led to her leaving. Most people assume it was making Twilight a princess for merch. A lot of people assume that this was her last straw to leave the series. So because of that, I have very mixed feelings on this, because it feels like they did stick the landing, but it was difficult for them to stick the landing, considering this wasn't in the original plan and may or may not have been the reason why the original writer left. So it feels like this is a decision that, like, not only potentially threw the writer to the side, considering that she was already having disputes with Hasbro. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the last straw, considering she talked a lot about it being something she disapproved of. So it feels like this was something that the creator of the show outright didn't want to happen. So I can understand the writer's frustration with implementing it. So it feels like at times it can be a little bit shaky and a little bit strangely written. Plus also they had a lot of things that were obviously to sell merchandise, such as Twilight's Castle. It's obviously a merchandise move. Like,
Nope.
Do we even have to question that? Like, it's literally, they made a playset for this like 2 days after the episode aired. Like, this was obviously just a merchandise move. And Twilight, fun fact, already had a castle playset for a castle for Twilight back during season 3. So they even spoiled that plot point with the merch again.
Wow.
So literally, that was again another obvious move to sell merchandise. They did it again. So it feels like a lot of these plot points, the reason that they feel kind of shaky is because either they were not in Lauren's original vision, Lauren disapproved of it, and they had to find a way to work around it now that she was gone, or it was an obvious merch ploy from a previous merch set from like 2 years ago that they had to implement. So honestly, I don't blame the writers for it at all. In fact, I feel brutally sorry for them, because this is a difficult situation to be put in and to have to implement all these merge elements. Because it feels like back in season 2, they were starting to have to do it. And then in season 4, they really started having to do it. So I really love Twilight's Kingdom. I think it's an absolutely amazing special. I love the animation. I love the storyline. I've watched this one episode at like the two-parter. I've watched it at least like 30 times throughout my life. I have a distinct childhood memory of forcing my mom to watch it over and over again until she started going insane. Like, literally, I love the two-parter. I know now, even back then, because I did a lot of online research, I was a chronically online child, so I even knew back then that a lot of these elements either Lauren didn't approve of or were obvious merch ploys. So I feel like it was difficult to stick the landing. They were given a difficult situation, but the fact that they gave it their all and pulled it off anyways is hella impressive.
All right, and Carlos, what's your ranking and score for this season?
Well, for me, I give season 4 second place and the only 4 out of 5 from like the rating scale. So I really did enjoy like season 4 a lot. Only why I don't give it 4.5 is because it has the dreaded Rainbow Falls episode.
Oh,
That is
true.
the reason why I don't give it the full 4.5 or even 5 out of 5.
Hate that episode. I agree with you.
Yeah, the reason
I have to have some fights about Rainbow Falls, but go ahead, DC.
I was saying the reason I often come down soft on this season for me is like I feel like they didn't like the main throughput of this season is basically Twilight being a princess, finding her place in it. I don't feel it was the best executed on here until like maybe the finale, which is like her being more comfortable in a leadership sort of important role.
Yeah,
But
they just
I
had to
felt
grab
like
with implementing the merch, and then they implemented it and they pulled it off, but they had to get on their legs first because that's something difficult to pull off.
but the rest of the season I
showed
felt
up more in season 3, biting them in the
Yeah,
butt. Go on.
I was saying it, so I felt like that was a focus, but the big issue out of that is basically a lot of the rest of the main 6 get basically left behind this season. And like Twilight just became a very Twilight focused season, which is disappointing for me, and just it felt less of a group ever just for Twilight trying to just sort of fix things, find a place, and like I didn't feel like the execution of that was very well too. At the same time, I feel like it was a sort of a individual episodes are very strong. There are several strong individual episodes in the season, but yeah, that's sort of my thinking. And also, we have this 4-minute warning until we move on to next season.
Well, I think all ships rise with the tide. I think giving Twilight a personal subplot didn't hurt anything, and in fact, just resulted in a very lovable, arguably the last really lovable plot line for Twilight without hogging the spotlight much. I think it showed up. In fact, a lot of people complain it didn't show up nearly enough, being handful of episodes that it was. But no, I think this was, in many ways, a high bar for continuity, showing up with the Keys episode. All right, that's still pretty hands-off as far as, but I think it was a heck of a lot better than the Pillars, which, hey, they alluded to them, and then, hey, they're totally characters on the shows now. Like, I think giving everybody personal character arcs that made them worthy of their keys. I mean, that's not like brilliant, but it's now. But I mean, now overall, I think they came with purpose, and you know that I go like episode by episode is my main thing. So I mean, if I'm defending my high ranking, I think that the defense for me is mainly that it just has a ton of bangers. Pinky Pride, Weird Al is a show stealer. Simple Ways, funniest and best characterization for both Rarity and Applejack together. I think that's maybe the high point of their partner episodes.
Well, absolutely. And I used to ship Rarity and Applejack when I was younger, before I knew I was gay.
Oh, yeah. Philly Vanilli, absolute banger of a song. Fluttershy's montage is pure joy in TV show form.
I watched that episode so much as a kid. I loved it so much.
Yeah, testing 1 2 3 is a great mediation on people who have trouble focusing and all that super. Yeah, Twilight's Kingdom is an absolute banger, and I still say possibly the best episode, but not the only one. Mod Pie, I think that's a great introduction for a character who we're supposed to warm up to over time, but who we only just start to now, where her start is just the fact that she's like dry humor, understated, hilarious over and over again with intriguing things about her. The what holds this season back from like from getting the full 5 out of 5 with numbers 1 and 2 is the fact that I does think it has a slow start, making some of the mistakes that I associate with the later teams. I wasn't crazy about Flight to the Power Ponies, Bats. I think they're kind of meh. Castlemania is a little too meh. Three's a Crowd is meh. I hate Rarity Takes Manhattan. All these attempts to be Magical Mystery Cure 2 and 3.0. I mean, I'm super mixed on Magical Mystery Cure, but at least there's an excuse for that to be an all-you-can-eat binge on store-bought cake. Like, there was an occasion.
Rarity Takes Manhattan is one of my random thing. Rarity Takes Manhattan is also one of my favorite episodes, and also sort of like Countess Coloratoris episode. This is the episode that got me into fashion design. So this one also changed my life.
I love Rarity Takes Manhattans, and I feel like an absolute douche hating on it because they like it for a lot of good reasons. I feel like it feels super in theory to me, the fact that like I can basically predict everything, not only everything that's going to happen in the episode, but how it's going to happen. Like
I love big cities
manner.
hotels. I love big cities hotels and fashion design. That's the only reason. But other than that, this is a kind of bad episode. I can agree with that.
No. I mean, like, don't feel the need to say that just for me. It's just like, I mean, the fact is the song, the fact that I was able to like, I felt like I had this episode like down to a T from just the first song. And then I mean, maybe I'm doing it to myself, but I mean,
wait a minute.
That ended up being kind of my Rainbow Falls, which I think is underrated. I mean, I almost wish I thought it was a great episode so I could say something more interesting than it's a B+, but I mean, yeah, I think it's a lesson on tone matters. Rainbow Falls knows it's making the characters silly. It's the whole time like that's the point. Rainbow Falls presents this as okay, this time out, everybody is going to be a little bit sillier than usual because we want our points to be made with sort of an exaggerated wink. That doesn't mean they're always going to be this way. That means we have some silly jokes to tell this time out.
All right, but we need to be moving on to season 3. Any last comments before we move on?
I just have a question. Which season had the Hatfields and the McCoys?
That was season 5.
Yeah, that was. But yeah, 4. Yeah, like I said, slow start for the first 11 episodes or so. Only reason it's not even higher. But okay, that's me. So anybody else?
For me, I would definitely say it was not just Rainbow Falls that detracted. I forgot It Ain't Easy Being Breezy's and possibly the worst Applejack episode, Some Pony to Watch Over Me.
Oh no, is that the one with Spike?
The Chimera.
No.
Chimera.
What if Apple Bloom forgets that to get a spoon out of the drawer, she needs to open the drawer first?
Oh, I hate that episode. I even hated it as a kid. It's just so bad. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I kid you
And
not.
also Trivia. And also Trivia was bad.
I mean, Some Pony to Watch Over Me, I don't like it per se, but it's almost one of the few so bad it's good episodes for me. Like it goes for the bottom of the barrel, gets there, and then keeps going to the point where I go from this is dumb to like Applejack putting the safety helmet over the safety helmet. I go from this is dumb to this episode is certifiably insane. I mean, and then it eats through itself. It almost like retroactively becomes kind of clever, like the no time for a song joke, the opening the closet, Scootaloo. No.
All right, but we need to move on.
Just slowly start driving me more crazy, even back when I was a kid.
All right, but yeah, now we need to move on to season 3, the controversial season, also a short one.
Controversial.
Yeah,
and it's shorter because they needed to do Equestria Girls. Fun fact. Ooh, I know things.
Actually, no, I thought that was more because like they had only a certain number of episodes ordered before then that lined up. But anyway, yeah, we don't need introductions. Season 3 is, we know it is Princess Twilight. For me, I'll give it I don't hate this as much as some people do, but at the same time, I still gave it the 9th place in my list. And I gave it a 2 out of 5 because it feels like the definition for me of a flawed thing. That said, I don't hate it as much as many people do. I'll get into that more when we go into the discussion. So, all right, who wants to go next with the ranking and rating?
Ooh, now this one is interesting for me because it has some elements of season 1 and season 2 that I like, but at the same fucking time, there's too many bad episodes in this, and I actually know why, because quick Wolfgang lore drop, I, even as a kid, once again, chronically online child, I did a lot of research on this, and from what I've gathered, this season was cut short because they last minute decided to put a ton of budget into Equestria Girls, meaning that they didn't have the budget to make this season longer. It was originally planned to be longer. There was a huge list of episodes that got cut. It was originally going to be longer, so there probably would have been better episodes. But unfortunately, the writers were in a writing room, and we're just like, okay, we need to rush the fuck out of this season because we're betting all of our chips on Equestria Girls, right? So they decided to pick in my opinion, this isn't fact, but in my opinion, they decided to choose all the weakest episodes from the ideas that they had and put them into this short season. No. I know that's already coming out of the gate crazy, but like, hear me now, right? So I honestly think that I don't even fully blame the writers for season 3 because I know that because of Equestria Girls production, this was rushed as absolute hell. This was rushed to hell and back. So again, sort of like season 4, I don't blame the writers. They were given a difficult set of circumstances, but the main issue with this season for me personally is this was when they started really having to listen to Hasbro's demands, such as hiding as many merch cameos in the background of the episodes as possible, which is a lot of tax on the animators and also in certain scenes makes absolutely no sense. We all know about Spike at Your Service. Like, we all know about Spike at Your
The
Service.
original Yak and Sack. Although we should probably finish the scores out of 5 before we go into.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I just have a lot of thoughts on this season. I rate it like honestly like a 3 out of 5. It's not too bad, but again, most of my issues with it are entirely not the staff's fault. They just got screwed over by Equestria Girls. And for the ranking of like, honestly, I think this would be like probably like 5th place, like in the middle of the road, because I understand what they were going for. I understand what they were going through. It's not terrible. It's just, it's really bad.
Okay, season 3, 7th place, 3 out of 5. We're back in the bottom tier. For me, the sort of, technically not below average as TV, but nevertheless, decent tier. Unlike season 6, it's not, it's wildly up and down. The holdover elements that Wolfgang mentioned from season 1 and 2, I think result in actually a couple of the show's very best episodes. So that puts it ahead of the other 2 seasons I have in this tier, but nevertheless.
Season 3, we're back again.
We actually thought this was going to be first place on Daylover's card, but we knew it was going to be interesting taking everything. Yeah,
because we had to do the biases, no biases, but it's still a 5 out of 5, right?
Oh yeah, this season has a bunch of your favorite episodes, right? But 5 out of 5.
Including Magical Mystery Cure, which is my favorite episode. So,
and what's their ranking for it?
3rd. But we're in Daylover's top tier now.
Yeah.
Like the score for her the scores out of 10 for her top 3 seasons were all ahead above the rest.
Yeah.
All right.
So I have reverse of Wolfgang, I guess.
All right. And then Carlos or Jen, you want to go next?
Yeah. Carlos, you go next. Hello.
Gator.
I guess he's not going next.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'll
season
take
3. Score out of 5.
Okay, season 3. All right. I already put in season 4 as in my top 3. So season 3 is gonna go under that. So season 3, top 4 in my ranking, and overall season. I'm gonna do. I am actually going to do a 3 out of 5. Is that the one that's good but with flaws, or is it 2 out of 5?
2 is flawed.
2, yeah.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna give this 2 out. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 because.
Wait, it's your 4th place and it's a 2 out of 5.
Yeah. There's a method to my math. There's a method to my madness, and I have no idea what it is.
I do think 3 out of 5 fits more with what you said of good but flawed. But you're you, I'm not you. So please continue.
Okay. It's okay, but only because it's full. Because I do believe it's flawed. I was one of those that actually I remember when I first watched Princess Twilight get her alicorn dumb. I remember being like, no! So I was thinking like, that's it, it's over. But I was thinking, I literally was thinking like, that's it, it's over. There's nothing more to do for Twilight. I really would have thought they would have waited longer. I don't actually mind Twilight becoming a princess if that was her path. But I really wish they could have waited longer. Like I thought season 5 we'd see that, but we got it in 3. I was just shocked that it was so it felt so fast to me. So because of that, it's going to be slightly under 4. It's going to be slightly under 4, only because 4 had some, maybe I'm a little biased because it had all the action in it and everything, you know. But I'm going by that first reaction, so just slightly under.
Carlos?
Yep. I'm gonna put season 3 as my 8th season, and I give it a 1 out of 5.
Not doing good there either.
But
So
yeah,
it's
I think this is like a very controversial. Also, like
hyper mixed.
yeah,
Very.
but I said I think this is like the infamously controversial season, most because it was also the short season, had a bunch of controversial episodes in it. Also had the like ending with like Twilight Becoming a Princess, which is controversial. So it was basically a lot of like risky takes, and at the same time, I still love parts of the season a lot. I just bought the DVD. I think we were doing our favorite episodes list about the DVDs for seasons 1 through 3, just to sort of have them in my collection, because they had some very highlights. Like this is the Keep Calm Flutter On season 2, and so yeah, just mixed. But like this is like my opinion. Like the reason I hate this as my lowest, and also is the same reason I had issues with Legend of Korra series, which is like you can very blatantly see where like the production problems from like the like studio executives really hurt the production of this season or the series, and like you can it's palpable. Like their season was rushed, I think, to make a Band-Aid, and also because they were like, we must launch Princess Twilight toys like now. So that's why there was a rush production, and there's also a reason why Dave Polsky's like half the season involves Dave Polsky in some way, is because he was basically the guy on standby. So who took up after Lauren Frost? What's her name? I forget her name.
Megan McCarthy.
Megan McCarthy. Megan McCarthy relied heavily on Dave Polsky because they knew each other well. That's why he has so many writing credits this season, because they essentially had a month to write all of those episodes.
Oh my god!
So,
oh my!
Yeah, that's
Dave
why
Polsky.
we're asking Dave Polsky, because it was essentially the everything's on fire, we need to get stuff done sort of thing. And yeah, that's why I say this season you can sort of feel it was rushed in some ways, which is like, and some of the things turned out very well for it, and like the overall like ending to it, like it was rushed, even though it was I think we all agree like Twilight Becoming a Princess isn't really a bad choice. It's more of just how soon it happened is usually a debate for most people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Like somebody gets a promotion before they're ready. That can be interesting storytelling for me. I think that it was not. I think it was a self-insert fantasy cranked up to 11 and then cranked up to 12 after that. My colleague here does not agree.
No, I think she deserved it for all the.
Well,
I think we can all agree though on one thing.
It
It should have been.
Yes, it is.
I think we can agree on one thing though. Magical Mystery, or the finale, should have been 2-parter.
Yeah, Magical Mystery Cure should have been a 2-parter, and we shouldn't have not cut off like the Equestria Games arc between 2 seasons to give people unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that. There's a lot, but yeah, I will say whether it was 1 part or 2, I'm sorry, like 20 minutes of singing about how you are saddy sad, and you're the bestie best friends, and you are special. That's not going to be good storytelling, no matter how much time you spend on it. Like, and I mean, again, colleague 110% disagrees, and I feel like I owe her equal spotlight.
You can feel the fury from over here.
Yeah, more spotlight on this one. But I mean, like, like I almost hate the should have been a 2-parter excuse, because I feel like people use it to get episodes off the hook, to just retroactively replace them with a hypothetical episode that's better, and give that episode an A. But I'm like, no, you got to build these things from the ground up. The problem here is that it doesn't start with a story of actually overcoming an obstacle because of, actual strengths friends can pull from each other. It consists of telling yourself you're special and being rewarded for it. And on the other hand, and that said, I don't even consider it one of my worst ones because, I mean, heck, it's basically like if you're going to throw yourself a party the whole time and pat yourself on the back and tell yourself you're special, I feel like this is more or less how you do it. But that's not what I consider something worth your time, so it makes me sad.
All right. I'm going to say this as well. This season only has less than half of their episodes actually being good in my eyes. And even though like in the episodes I really like, how some of them are quite literally the peak for certain characters I consider in the entire series, such as Wonderbolt's Academy being Rainbow Dash's peak. And I'm not going to say anything else on that matter. Too Many Pinkie Pies being Pinkie Pie's most wonderful moment of what is considered flanderization and what is considered the true Pinkie Pie. And this episode did so well for Pinkie Pie that we see when she was made into a horrible Rush character in the later seasons.
Yeah, true.
And then Magic Duel, which is the best episode of Trixie.
Oh my god, I agree so bad.
Yeah, in which Trixie got her rightful revenge against Ponyville for the atrocity that was Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This is a Met episode, but I felt like Magic Duel screwed the pooch. I thought the whole thing with Zecora was so she could quote Yoda and not so they could actually go anywhere.
Yeah, that's going with Carlos is saying is like I feel the big thing that like defined this season for me is like it was a season of like scorching hot or frozen cold. Where it's like there's not a lot of middle ground episodes. Everything was either like fantastic or bad for people's opinions.
And weirdly, the one middle of the road thing we did get is the bizarre pseudo two-parter with Just for Sidekicks and Games Ponies Play. Those are masterpieces.
No. I'm going to argue this. Just for Sidekicks is a good Spike episode, and Games Ponies Play sucks.
Just for Sidekicks was the best Spike by himself in the Spotlight episode we got up to that point, but that is not saying much.
And
I say it was a good one. I did not say it was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Crystal Empire felt like was the weakest two-parter we got up to that point, but we were soon going to learn that it could get worse. At least it knows how to do exciting plotting. Yeah. And I want to add Sleepless in Ponyville too as a red hot streak because you all heard me go on and on about Too Many Pinkie Pies when we did the top 5 video, but I consider Sleepless in Ponyville almost as good.
Yeah,
great from Rainbow Dash, great showing from Luna. Great showing from Scootaloo. And that's One Bad Apple.
I like Luna's.
One Bad Apple is like, it's not even bad because of like the CMC. It's just bad because it feels like it's a poorly interpretation of bullying.
My pick for my single worst episode in the entire show. One Bad Apple makes me unhappy. It makes me kind of seethe inside with like
that is 100% fair.
So yeah. You have every right to feel that way about One Bad Apple.
Well, I mean, it's like reveling in the Crusaders getting beat on. It's like the worst of both worlds of concerned parents and like misguided, hey, we know, nudge, nudge, wink, how bullying is. It's like, it's the worst about it. It's reveling in it and a completely bass-ackwards, like, no, you must never, ever, ever stand up to your bullies because then you will be the bully. Like it minimizes the actually harmful, actually important to talk about stuff and maximizes the borderline useless advice. Like I mean, this is me actually on my soapbox as opposed to everything else where I just talk too much. But I mean, I feel like
absolutely. As someone who's actually dealt with a lot of really horrible bullying in real life and online, I completely agree with you that this episode is fucking terrible.
That's also one of the reasons why mine is a little lower.
Yeah, I mean, that episode did get a bad score on but yeah, the putting down your hoof haters at Fluttershy was so mean. I'm like, bullying turns people mean. You can talk about that all day long. You can keep those criticisms, but bullying taking away your self-respect is no big deal. Is second to the fact that you need to be a good person. I'm like, I'm sorry, you just said that the single worst thing bullying can do to you is no big deal. Puke.
Yeah.
All right, but I guess with, when you start moving on to
Wait, okay. Please, because I tried her out here, please give Daylover a little bit of a chance to talk about favorite episodes here because she really loves them.
Mhm.
Sugar much to recure. It's the best episode ever.
Yeah. Let's talk about your favorite scene, if nothing else.
Oh,
'Cause that-
okay. So, it's Celestia's ballad. Her singing to Twilight. I cry every time I hear that song. I imagine my mom being proud of me. She went through all of this, and the first time I watched this episode, I thought that she died. I thought that she was going to heaven. I thought that we were not going to have Twilight no more. So her being turned into an alicorn, which I'm not assuming. It could be a euphemism for dying because it's the ultimate of ultimate things in this universe.
People have cried Jesus symbolism that have died and born again.
Yes, but I think she deserved it for all the things that she's been through, and I really love that song. I love the things that happens to the main six, the keys and stuff, but also like Twilight's Day in general. I just think it's nice with all of the songs in it.
I said a lot of bad things about
Not
this.
the one with Celestia sings to Twilight. Is that the one?
Celestia scene effing killed it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful song.
And like all, you just see all of the things that she's been through flowing on, on the screen on the back, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I cried so hard. I was like, oh, she's not there. Like we can have Twilight. I actually thought that they were going a whole other direction with this. I thought that she dead, went to heaven, saw Celestia, and were like, now we have to have an episode how you move on without your new friend that you've been through that much with, or how to say that, or her turning into like a spirit or something that could take care of Ponyville. And I don't know what I was thinking, but definitely not her turning into Alicorn. No. That was a surprise. Love it.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
all right. Well, I guess with that
Crystal
said,
Empire rocks.
Crystal Empire knows how to do exciting plotting. I just think it's a little shallower than some of the others.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, it definitely is a bit shallower.
He
All
says that I'm allowed to talk about my episodes without raining on parade. Raining on it. And
I thought Apple Family Reunion was your
Yes.
other great one,
Yes,
not
it
Crystal
is.
Empire.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
Trying to get you to talk about Apple Family Reunion without.
all right. But with that said, I guess we move on to season 2.
Yeah.
Season 2.
All right. Just again, I feel the last 2 seasons don't really need much introductions. Season 2 for me is my favorite season, and I gave it a 5 out of 5, obviously. And who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Ditto.
Yeah. I'll go next. Fredo. Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly, Daylover always said, okay, forget the first 2 seasons. Season 3 was when it got great, but she forgot something about season 2, and it wasn't that it had any of her single best episodes. It was that she didn't give a bad score to anything in the bunch. Season 2 is nothing but good episodes the whole way across, and that's how it wound up first place on her card. Oh, the Canterlot Wedding, I think, is one of your favorites, right?
That's one of my favorite episodes.
Mhm.
Season 2, first place, 5 out of 5, no main overarching plot, and yet synergy among all the friends now fully growing into the story is about them bonding mode. Best season, show operating on full stride, what it wanted to do, nothing but killing it the entire time, except for Friend Indeed and Secret of My Excess, which I thought, yeah, missed the mark.
I
Yeah.
would disagree on those 2 episodes.
And Dragon Quest and Cutie Pox are certainly there too, but otherwise, nothing but killing it all the way through.
Go ahead. Who's next? Jenn, go.
Yeah, Jen.
All right. Okay, this will be easy. I'm exactly with Daylover. Season 2. Season 2 is my number 1.
God, are we going to get a full strike?
Yep. See,
We'll be
season
making
2
a
is
full
my number 1, and you know what? That and my rating for it, it's gonna be a 5 out of 5.
Yep.
That is the peak.
Oh my God! When you peak at only the second of your volume.
Yeah, me peek at
It's
second.
not that uncommon. A lot of shows peak in their first season. Squid Games, for example. But there's such a thing as getting better as you go, and there's such a thing as being perfectly good ever after, and yet you're never going to recapture the raw inspiration you had coming out of the gate.
All right, and Wolfgang, what are your?
Honestly, season 2 is absolutely 5 out of 5. I love it.
Full knockout.
It's again the same result of what happened before with the
Yeah, with Cancel
episode.
Out
Cantaloupe wedding, cantaloupe wedding, cantaloupe wedding. Yep.
Yeah,
Cantaloupe wedding, cantaloupe.
Didn't
all
you say
about
season
Cantaloupe
2 was like number 3 or something on your card, Wolfie?
I was like desperately looking through notes to try and remember, but this is like not only that, but also it's like I think I don't know if 2 seasons are allowed to be on the top slot, so I'm gonna say second place for this one. Just nervously putting it there, considering that I don't know if I can put 2 seasons in number 1. But I love this season so much. I love every single tiny detail, just the feel of it in general. Like Cantaloupe Wedding is the best show special ever. I love it so much. I love all the songs. I love all the character developments. Every single episode, even the ones that are sort of seen as bad, I just love every single tiny thing about this season. It's so perfect to me. I love it.
Yeah. Funny thing is, most reviews I saw talking about bad episodes, they seem to 0% talk about bad writing and 100% talk about 20-year-old think braining. Just I do not think that a good episode does these things in it. My fan fiction goes more like this. In other words, other seasons had to come along to be like, oh, you want to talk about bad writing, huh? I'll give you something to talk about.
Yeah, sounds like you're gonna give them a knuckle sandwich.
I feel this season was just a very balanced. It had a great opener, great closer, had basically great character development for all the main 6. And then on top of this, I feel this season is a season that sort of set the tone for the rest of this series in terms of the writing style. Season 1, I'll get when we get to is I feel is very sort of distinctly slightly different from the rest of the season, and that's because where Lauren Frost had the most creative control, and you can sort of feel that. And I feel season 2 is where we sort of get the more
one season
McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy, but also in general, if the tone that the series goes for, it's sort of they know they have our adult audience now. They're sort of writing for that now. They know they know bronies exist at this point.
It does become a little more a blend of the two, but season 2, I will always consider the first 2 seasons in a separate category for those touches Twilight catching on fire when she gets so mad, or yakety sax chases, just bits where some fans who want to say that the more generic ones were the best, those earlier ones had odd touches where I say, what, you mean the creativity?
And also the Looney Tunes shenanigans of Philomena.
Yeah, but that is season 1.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about I feel if I want to contribute anything here, because Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a back seat for a change. But yeah, it'd be the underrated episodes because we all know what's awesome here. But yeah, like what about Daylover, would you stop being a troll here to my left here? Time I try to talk, I'm going to tickle that eyebrow until it falls. What about Family Appreciation Day with like Granny Smith proving that she can pinkie pie with the best of them, followed by maybe the single best sequence in the show of her utterly bittersweet, new, like delicate as clear sugar flashback, or May the Best Pet win with like the most Rainbow Dash characterization, just the best and worst of her in all the best ways, or Ponyville.
Surprisingly good song.
Yes, seriously. Or Ponyville Confidential, which also some of the best character like gags and like nuanced yet characterization drenched writing and just like an absolute slam bang showcase for everybody. Or Mystery on the Friendship Express, which is probably my pick for the second best Pinkie Pie episode, with its absolute hilarity and great depiction of how she is 1, hilarious, 2, an absolute numbskull scatterbrain, 3, actually pretty smart when she's not being an absolute numbskull scatterbrain.
Yeah.
I want to put it in my 2 cents about like what are the fandoms considered worst episodes of season 2, and how all of them contribute to a huge, colorful display of how reviewers got their start. Let's first talk about Mysterious Mirror Duel and how that jump-started Mr. Enter's career. Oh, god damn.
You know, I first, like, not only did I not agree with the Mirror Duel criticisms, I didn't even get them. Like, this is the thing that makes the least sense ever, the generic, hey, let's put on a disguise and show someone what not to do plot. And then somebody answered my why Mirror Duel doesn't deserve the criticisms video by linking me a couple of fan fictions to show me how it's done. One in which the friends, Rainbow Dash admits to the friends that she had that scene where her heart was kind of broken, where she was reflecting on being all alone. And they're so absolutely tearful at what they've done. And they immediately surround her and hug her and drown her with love and shove a cupcake into her mouth and write a letter about how they learned a lesson about hurting their friends' feelings. And another one that sounds like it was written by the pony's lawyers, where it's the same story, except every time it gets to any point where you could accuse them of doing something wrong, this overly deliberate sentence says they did something blameless that technically moves the plot forward instead. Now I get it. Bronies are a really sensitive bunch, somehow even more neurodivergent than I am.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go. Second quote of the night.
All right. Let's continue on this train with Heartwarming Eve, an episode that is quite bland on a first viewing, only to realize, oh, that continuity went all the way up to season 9 finale. Holy shit. Like seriously, everything about that backstory and how everything was like reenacted because ponies did not learn from their history, which that's a very important lesson for our current society now, more than ever.
That's a lesson my ponies didn't learn.
Nah. I'm not the happiest person, but like as much as Heartwarming Eve by season 2 standards is only decent for me, there are a lot of nice delicacies and nuances in there. Like it feels like the holidays.
Yeah. Like I honestly prefer it as like my favorite, non-special. That's is in the season for a holiday special, aside from like the season 8 one, which that one actually it was either season 8 or season 9 with Gallus. That was actually super good. But and then the Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000. The amount of people calling BS on Applejack not learning anything, or the confusing morality of the Flim Flam brothers for their first appearance as villains.
And also, you got opportunity in this community. He's Flam, he's the wonderful Flim Flam brothers.
God.
Somebody really likes the music, man. Hooray.
Not our what? Number 8.
yeah.
Number 8.
But yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think we go. Yeah, season 2 was just something special.
Yeah, it is something
Yeah.
special that really solidified the Brony community, and why season 3 felt like it started to get a bit affected. But season 4, perfect finale of like the greatness arc, even without
Alright.
Lauren Foss.
All right, and then I guess we can move. Speaking of Lauren Frost, on to season 1, which is Lauren. All right. Season 1 doesn't need introduction. For me, I gave it a 5 out of 5, and I rate it as my second favorite season. Like Street of Justice, somehow number 2 is more popular than number 1, and number 1 is like number 2.
All right.
I'll go like Gator. Ditto.
You said season 1 was a 4 out of 5. Like you have it high there, but I mean,
It's 2, right?
what? Yeah, 2 was your first best season. Season 1, I mean, it was no slouch itself, but it like there were a couple of lower scores in there, like a couple episodes you didn't like that kept it out of your top 3 and by a nose. In fact, I think it scored closer to season 4 than it did to your top 3.
What the heck are you? What?
Season 1. I mean, don't get me wrong, you scored it pretty darn well.
It's still second place, though.
No, it's not. That it's 4th place.
It's 4th.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, what?
Yeah, your first place is season 2. Your second place is season 5 with the Crusaders getting their cutie marks and rah-rah and all that.
I'm sorry.
And your third place is season 3 with Magical Mystery Cheer and all
I think
that.
I'm feeling a little too overtired.
No.
Yeah.
Daylover, you do not get to say ditto to Ninja DC. Because I get to say that. 5 stars, 5 out of 5, second place. And let me tell you that much, much, much closer to first place than it is to anything below it. Split decision to even have it below season 2. I consider this every bit as much as the show on full stride as I do season 2.
All right. Second, I'm going to hit you with a hardball here. Season 1 is 5th place on my list, and I only give it a 3 out of 5.
Ooh, interesting.
So what Daylover just said, but like 20% harsher.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I will say, okay, someone remind me because I don't know my brain
season
anymore.
1. Season 1.
Thing that happened, Nightmare Moon, the best night ever at the Grand Galloping Gala. All the friends bonding for the first time in episodes like Applebuck season and fighting over the Grand Galloping Gala ticket and
Suited for
Rainbow
success.
Dash
The Cutie Mark
competing
Chronicles.
with each other.
Cool. Yep.
Winter
Question:
wrap-up.
What did I feel like I have the memory of a goldfish tonight. What did I say season 2 was?
It was number 1.
5 out. You should give it a 5 out of 5 and number 1.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Woo.
So,
So
what about
no,
season
season,
1?
okay, so season 1. Season
Yeah,
1, second place. Season 1,
Oh,
second place. That's my silver medal. And then but season one, second place. Let's see, and I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm still gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I'm still gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It was still everything. As second said, I agree with him what he said. Everything just came together so well. Ending episode without any action. Ending episode. It was the first with no big action. Everything. It just culminated all together perfectly. But also, to be selfish, it had the one scene that it had one of the other scenes that solidified, that got me ready for the next season. It was pretty much Fluttershy's crash out in the garden when she's like, "You're going to love me." Yeah, because I will never forget that. Still to this day is the funniest My Little Pony moment of all 9 seasons. That moment with Fluttershy. I would fight
True.
parking lot
I
for
thought
that.
Fluttershy managed to all like match herself in that moment with Luna, where Luna is hugging her and yelling at the top of her, "Why, thank me, dear Fluttershy!" Where
And yet
Fluttershy,
she's, and yet she's all scared and everything. But yet I'm like, hold on a minute.
Scared, and she doesn't have anything left.
Right,
There's
and yet,
also the
she's like,
episode,
and then she's like, her soul has left her body, but yet she crashed out epically in the first episode when the animals were running away from her.
Number of iconic character moments.
She just runs into the bitch of the gala. She's like all messed up and dress torn up and everything, and just looking all sorts of unhinged and everything.
Well, then there's also like one of the other funny.
I still remember when I first saw that. I laughed so hard. I told my ex, "Play it again," and he played it for a whole total of 3 hours, and I was just laugh. I was just my sides were splitting. I thought I was gonna pee my pants from laughing so hard. And to this day, it is the funniest moment of all 9 seasons. I will gladly scrap in the parking lot for that.
I think that's one of the 2 very like memeable like Fluttershy funny moments. Like the most is like you're gonna love me, and then the other one from season 2 is where she gave the deep tissue massage to the bear, but it looked like she basically broke a bear's neck on screen.
Pretty much, yeah.
I remember I just like was literally dumbstruck by that one.
That was, although I mean, like I feel like what thank me, dear. But like that's the one that makes me laugh that hard.
It's just like
her head is wobbling, like lost on her shoulders, and that face that's like a grimace that's just close enough for Luna to mistake for a smile. Like,
yeah. Also speaking of that,
scared and everything, but she crashes out.
But I will say, a lot of fans do have Gator's take. The season 1 was the warm-up act. Was the one where we weren't doing, hey, this character is like Q, huh? Or, I don't know, quesadillas are so cheesy, or like references to video games that we talk about right now. So, in short, season 1 takes it on the chin a lot for the season that single-handedly started the Brony fandom. Mm-hmm. And yeah, not in debate. I mean, everybody said, but no, the Star Trek references set it up. Well, I mean, sure, you can talk about what expanded it, but there can only be one season where a Brony fandom was created in response to it being that good and that watchable. And we know that was objectively season 1.
All right.
But,
that's the one.
Honestly,
I mean, it makes to me, like I said, I'm not too surprised when like season 1 gets moved back for some, because like I was saying earlier with season 2 is like felt season 2 sort of set the main tone for the rest of the series. Season 1, like I said, is a very sort of distinctly tonally different season, and I appreciate that. That's why it's my second favorite one, because it is such a unique tone season. I like to describe it as Foss fairy tale, because it just feels like a very timeless, more timeless season, more family, like in the middle ground, family focused sort of stuff. Whereas like it's not at all really targeting like older audiences, but it is more family universal, but like not tongue in cheek sort of way like the latest season. Which for some, like if you like that, this doesn't fit their tone for like. But for me, I actually like appreciate the difference and how unique it is.
All right. So
okay.
I was going to say, for me, the reason why I felt like season 1 got like only like 5th place for me was because considering like my top 5, like the only season from like the second half that I even put remotely in the top 5 was season 9, which I felt was only slightly better than season 1. And that was really the only reason why it's like 5th place. Because I felt like season 9, while there was a bit of non-consecutors like blotting through the entire mess, I still felt like the impact of like what season 9 provided felt just enough for it to like get a bit higher than season 1. Season 1, I'm still gonna thank it for like just quite literally having like an interesting character development episode of showcasing like the issues of a fashion designer just being too honest and willing to listen to her like her friends' wants instead of like what she feels like was the need for their dresses, and all in all like with like Suited for Success. And then But then I also have to realize, oh yeah, there was some episodes that bombed really badly for actually good reasons. Like Ghostbusters, it felt like a showmare episode in which like the problem with the writing was that the people who caused the problem to begin with was not punished. Only the person who was like gallivanting and trying to show off was viewed as the villain for that episode. And then Over a Barrel was just, it was only 2010 or 2011 when that episode aired. God, we were just so naive. Like, a lot of people were still very naive about like Native Americans. It's just the flaws of the past is just coming to bite them, in which they wanted to make like a Western frontier thing, and then they never go back to it after season 2. Like, that is how much we don't even talk about Appaloosa.
Except we went there in season 5 and beyond to see Troubleshoes and the like.
Oh, Troubleshoot! Oh God, Troubleshoes within Appaloosa. Dang,
It's Appaloosa. As I was saying before, though, DC was talking about tonally different, and I mean, suppose it like I did talk about the creativity line with the Fluttershy or Twilight and feeling Pinky Keen just like getting so mad that she catches on fire, or the Benny Hill chase or the like. So it does, but then again, does it? It's like, think about every single bit of iconic character moments here. Rainbow Dash and Applejack's rivalry, that's fall weather friends and still possibly their best episode ever on that. Piggy Pie's tendency to go crazy with obsession, that's Party of One. I'd Like to Be a Tree, that is Over a Barrel, that became a meme because that line, even the first time I saw it, you said, you know what, that line is so distinctly Fluttershy, just like 20% cooler is so distinctly Rainbow Dash, the episode that also started the no, Rarity is not just a prissy, looks-obsessed snob. This is a character who has a really compassionate soul here that we want to get at, who is not the fashion one, the artist that, and making her an instant icon for so many people. It's like Fluttershy with her absolutely two-sided, hyper-relatable nuance of being too socially anxious to talk until you start talking to her about something that she's really interested in, or until you start getting her fired up about her friends and making her accidentally reveal that she 110% has it deep down. Or how about my favorite touch of all, the fact that the main character, who does not see the value of friendship because she is an Oscar the Grouch, I want to stay inside and focus on my, oh wait, no, it's because she's an introvert who actually is capable of talking to people and can be pretty sly, like when she manipulates Rainbow Dash into doing what she wants, and pretty funny and snarky and relatable and even very, very sweet in her own way. It just is an introvert like a lot of us are, and is a little unwilling to take the first step. That got me right from the start and is one of my favorite little bits of nuance that make all the difference and instantly propel this could have been genericism into a compelling main character. Like, long story short, when I was growing up, we had a glut of the same one critic being grabbed for every third movie so he could say on the cover, Home Alone 3 is the best Home Alone yet. It's bigger. It's more. Lethal Weapon 3 is the best Lethal Weapon yet. Superman 3 is the best Superman yet. I think we got the him effect with later seasons. I think season 1 did all the heavy lifting and actually making us love these characters, and season 2 continued it, or contributed to it if you must, so that other seasons could cash in on it and often get on all the glory.
Just to be specific, like when I said tonal, I just mean like sort of writing style, not like the characterization, because characterization, it was fundamental in this season. It established the benchmark for like all the main characters.
And I will say, for Over a Barrel, frankly, I still consider that my favorite entire main 6 at once episode. I mean, I can't deny that saying that Native Americans and Western settlers both needed to learn share and care isn't super super cringe in hindsight. But I mean, saying that the Buffalo and the settlers could benefit from the message is not unfair. And I would also bring up that when it first came out, conservatives actually whined at it for making them, think about that, like, Native Americans might have gotten it a little bit unfair, as it were. But like, moreover, I just think that's like probably the best depiction of just fun personalities all at once across all main 6 overall. Like, I Want to Be a Tree, iconically Fluttershy, bring it on from Rainbow Dash until she realizes that these characters that she's hearing their side of the story got hyper screwed over. And I mean, I think that's her best showing as the element of loyalty that is loyalty to what's right, or one of them. Rainbow Dash has a lot of good showings. Or Twilight starting to show flashes of leadership like she does when she takes charge of the conversation about the 2 sides and their thing. Or Pinkie Pie being flipping Pinkie. You got to share. You got to get, like, I mean, I love the nuance that, okay, Chief Strongheart is not a bad guy. He absolutely was going to back down on the whole invade thing, only for the episode to show that it knows exactly when to be like a serious discussion and when to be just a silly gag episode. The thing that changes his mind is not anything that damns him as a character. It's that Pinkie Pie's song is so annoying. Like,
we agree. That was the worst song we ever heard.
The episode is horrible because, wrong historical message. I don't have the right to fight you on that. But like, I mean, it's not my job to, as a cis white guy, to say like what other people should take as a damning or a not damning factor there. Like, all I'm qualified to do is talk about character writing and stuff, and like, this one had me eaten out of the palm of its hand there.
Yeah.
If you must say an episode, I think hate green isn't your color for being the already chewed gum of episodes.
Dogs and Pony Show.
Well, that you just hate that for the dog scratching Rarity's hair.
Yes, I do.
All right, but I guess any other closing thoughts?
Honestly, I give this season a 5 out of 5, and surprise, season 1 is actually my favorite season of the show, and I've rewatched it so fucking much that I even have all the episodes saved on one of my old tablets because I watched it on a flight to Switzerland. So, this is my favorite season of all time, so I'm gonna speedrun the hell out of this, like, really fast. But like, a couple of my favorite episodes were obviously the first 2 episodes, absolutely phenomenal, best way to start a series. Ticketmaster was a nice slice of life. Like, Applejack overworking herself was a good message. Griffin Brushoff was a little bit iffy for me, but I still ended up really liking it, and I like Gilda as a character.
Yeah.
Trixie, the toxic friends message there, underrated.
Yep, Trixie honestly is one of my absolute favorite characters of all time. And also, fun fact, the reason she has one eye shine is because all the stallions had one eye shine. And from a miscellaneous amount of Lauren Faust's tweets, it's like semi-canon that Trixie is trans. So like, Lauren Faust most likely had that in her vision. So just one thing to note. Trixie's probably trans. We love a transgender pony.
Wow.
It would be awesome if that were true, quite honestly.
Oh my god!
Honestly, if Lauren would have been able to make that canon, oh my god, I love it.
No.
Wow. This really does prove the fact that Lauren Faust truly is the game changer for My Little Pony.
Exactly.
The My Little Pony franchise itself. I mean, Bonnie Zackerly, the creator, and then
the grandmother, as she calls herself, of My Little Pony.
The All Mother. Yes, she is the All Mother.
No, she said she's not the mother; she's the grandmother. She's the
grandmother.
She's planted the seed that would blossom eventually.
She is literally the mother. She is the All Mother. She is the creator, the progenitor, the creator. And then you have Faust, who's the game changer. And And what you just said, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
She's the game changer.
Lauren Faust confirmed she did have a transgender pony planned, and from her tweets, all signs point to Trixie.
That would be awesome.
Dude.
Okay, I'll do my thing where I run through underrated episodes, in my opinion, again. Okay, Look Before You Sleep. I think that is a great depiction of differing mindset of like.
I love it so much. It's one of my absolute favorite episodes, and the reason why I always wanted to have a sleepover when I was a kid.
Yeah, Girliness and a Sleepover made absolutely lovable. I think the conflicting mindsets, like the little nuance where they're cleaning up and Rarity wants to like salvage some things, like, okay, broken branch, I can turn that into a decoration. Applejack's like, no, we're talking productivity there. Just take the thing down. Like there is, I mean, maybe it's not the greatest episode, but a lot of like perfect on nuances throughout it. Winter Wrap-Up. Nobody thinks Winter Wrap-Up is anything less than great, right? I don't need to say that's underrated.
Yeah.
The song is immortalized in the
I
people's
love
mind.
Winter
It
Wrap-Up.
is.
I
I've
just
sung
want the
that
underrated.
song so much. Every single winter I sing that song. I love it.
Winter Wrap-Up, Winter
That is
Wrap-Up.
drenched in winter atmosphere. That is an absolutely lovable showing for Twilight, and still one of my best Twilight episodes to this day. So I don't think Feeling Pinky Keen, on the other hand, oh, those cringe brony takes that it is pro-religion, which is bad writing. Like,
Oh God! Oh God! I disagree heavily.
I love Feeling Pinky Keen. I love Feeling Pinky Keen. Like, let me just throw this in the ringer here. Like, as someone who was born and raised atheist and still is atheist, not only do I not think that this episode promotes religion, but I love it so much because it's such a funny contrast between someone who's like more on. It feels like the contrast between someone who's more on the scale of like, if you want to use the religious metaphor, it feels like someone more on the scale of like being full skeptical atheist and someone more on the scale of like still having some religious beliefs, like learning to accept each other. So if you really want to use the religion metaphor, that's basically it. And I still absolutely love it. I think the mix of Twilight skepticism and Pinky just going with the flow and whatever happens is hilarious, and I love their dynamic so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, it's a pro-scientific method episode. It's a you don't know everything episode. You have to be ready for something that's going to be, a point that, beyond your knowledge, something you have to learn and grow from. I think it demonstrates Mr. Spock's quote that once you've eliminated the impossible, then whatever's left, however improbable, must be the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
And again,
And plus, it's go ahead.
And again, you're going to fall down a door. What door? Civil door. Oh, it's one.
Twilight is a hilarious. Like, I mean, I love that. This is one of the first times I ever saw a cartoon allowing a female character to be the slapstick funny one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just like only Daffy Duck was allowed to be funny in this way before now. And like Twilight, she is absolutely so hilarious and so lovable in that one. Like, yes, that she and Pinky, great match. I said over a barrel. Cutie Mark Chronicles.
Sorry. Oh no, it's me.
Bird in the Hoof, I actually think is underrated too. I think the first half is an absolute great depiction of how shyness can debilitate you and make how it's a question of insecurity. Like Fluttershy being
so
late
much.
because she overthinks things, how she'd rather just like quietly borrow Philomena and try to fix her than tell Celestia to her face, I'm worried about your bird. The second half is basically a screwball tale of nonsense, but it has really good comedic timing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I love
A
that
little
episode.
yakety yak saying.
I mean, yeah, compared to Yakety Sax, like that's bad comedy. Over a Bird in the Hoof is like Philomena has trolling down to an art with
No, I
how
mean, like the actual like yakety
Yep.
yak sound, like that did it.
oh yeah, the chase at the end. Yeah, yes. Cutie Mark Chronicles, I feel like everybody just like sort of, for whatever one reason or another, I feel like everybody has that as a really good episode in their mind without considering how much it also has a case to maybe being the best episode.
It kind of is like a universal, like M.A. Larson's like shining achievement of season 1.
Yeah,
It's
or
literally the
Sonic Blade.
prequel episode.
Yeah, just like there wasn't one backstory there he didn't hit out of the park. I'd have to say. And like back when the show was like still had self-awareness without being cheesy about it, the whole like, hey, we're doing a shamelessly sentimental moral, and like characters like Scootaloo and Spike go, ew, but they lose. Like, I think that was exactly the right way to play that. Like, we lose, we have to be drowned in love.
All right. I guess with that said, I guess that was fun going down all the seasons and remembering stuff for all of you. But I guess see you for the next project, which I'm not sure. I still feel wanting to do some other MLP thing, but I'm not sure what it is yet. But,
Ooh, all right. I'm up for anything.
Single best, this character or that character, or this writer, or a worst episode list if we even dare.
Actually, interesting.
Y'all know who's going to win that. Yaki the Sax.
All right.
Yeah.
But, I guess
Worst episode off. Let's kill it. Let's kill each other with the worst episode and see who will be the last one standing.
All right.
Yeah,
But I
Kitty
guess
Sax.
with that said, see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, take care.